other day too. I was thinking about that like while in freaking Walmart or something. I think we were in HEB or something. I'm freaking. I just hit live, by the way. Uh, I was thinking
Okay.
about it. I was thinking about it in like freaking Walmart or HEB the other day, and I was like, man, that'd be so nice. That would be so nice to like finally see the one of the realest that I've ever met doing Twitch and YouTube and any of that. Like he's one I've at this point I have known Savage for at least a year or two, and that blows my mind.
Yeah, it's
How
crazy.
long I've known him.
It's crazy. This man just came out of nowhere and just like,
Well, with
damn,
well
we're a
with
group
me and
now.
him, with me and him, we were a part of the same team, the same like community at one point, and that's how we met. We were a part of the same community, and I ended up coming into like a voice chat or whatever, and like voicing a few words and whatnot, and me and him just clicked, and it's just been a thing from that point. Like at first, it wasn't a whole lot, but once I left that community, like he was there. And it's just been a thing ever since.
You know that's a real one right there.
Yeah, Savage is a real one. Like no homo, I love that brother to death, man.
Hey,
That's why I'm drinking. Drinking to his name. Hoping that
drink for the
thing.
homies.
Drink
Drink
for
for
the
the homies.
homies. Drink for the homies.
Good God, man.
Oh yeah. You know what? One of these days. Well, now that'd be a little strange. Like
Mm.
I just had a weird thought. Like I don't know if it's the booze talking, but like I thought about doing a live stream at one point of just editing a video or like editing videos. I know people would
Yeah,
get like a sneak peek of what the video would already be, and that's the part that really throws me off. It's like, oh, we already know what it is. It's like, and then I don't know. It's just throwing out weird ideas in my head and wondering how they sound.
yeah. I follow some people on YouTube that do that, and they like it makes me like very curious about like editing and like how like what they're thinking when they're recording
Well,
and like some of the cuts that they use to uh to like maybe like put out a sound clip or some kind of a meme or something like Markiplier, like that guy, like he has so many like ticks and gestures that his editor picks up, and like they'll talk to each other like back and forth
yeah,
like
yeah,
in the video.
him and Lixian, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's like perfect synergy right there.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
That's what I want one day. I just want to bullshit with my like one day. I hope to be big enough to have an editor, God willing. But
hell yeah,
I would do that so much. I would do that so much.
you're there. You're on your way, man. You're on your way.
Yeah. Hopefully when I hit 1K, maybe the algorithm will start working for me a little bit better because it's like the end goal is the YouTube partner program. That's the end goal. Because once you hit the YouTube partner program, you done made it. But I need the 4,000 watch time hours in order to be able to do it. It doesn't matter if you have the 1,000 subscribers. If you don't have people watching your stuff, you're not going to get monetized. Plain and simple. And I've seen channels that have like 4 to 5 digits of subscribers and have
Mhm.
double digits in views. And it's like, how in the hell?
So
like,
what you're telling so what you're telling me is that we're outside the club right now, and all we need to do is get in.
Apparently.
Well, you know what, man? I know. You know what? Just calling you old boy Big James. We don't get in this club. We don't get you 1,000, baby. We gonna do it.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's the whole goal, man. And it's really interesting how, like, back in 2019, the end of 2019, I had a goal to hit 500 before the year's
Smashed it.
end. And I was at like 348.
Killed it.
Yeah. All from one video. It was that Diablo 4 cinematic trailer video, which, mind you, is still being watched to this day.
They love you.
Let me go find out how many views that fucking video has as of right now. As of right now.
You know what? I'm gonna say.
I might display capture this shit. Hold up.
I'm gonna say 3,000 views.
Oh, I can already tell you right now you're wrong. I can tell you right.
1,500.
I can tell you you're still wrong.
1,200.
You just let me situate my freaking camera for a second so this looks somewhat professional. But I can tell you you're way off. You are way off. So am I
Couldn't
with this.
be.
So
Couldn't
am I
be.
with this dadgum camera. What the hell? Hold up. Do I need to move the actual? No, that is not what I need to do.
Oh well, we're seeing the behind the scenes of this.
I know that's right. This is just me goofing around at this. Whoa, hold up. Whoa. Wait a minute. Let me turn. Let me turn my camera. Let me turn. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Hold on.
The frames. No, I'm just playing.
Oh dear God. Oh, what is happening?
Oh, now you're on the other side.
I know, right? Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay, sort of.
We're in the middle.
Let me just click this and let me just drop this down a bit. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It works. It's fine.
I like that shirt.
Oh, thank you. This was in that Devolver Digital Care package that I got. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 3 shirts from them. Matter of fact, what I also got, let me show off a little bit. I got the Ammonomicon for freaking Enter the Gungeon. It's got like a bunch of different it's got like all of the equipment and stuff in it.
I do play Enter the Gungeon and Exit the Gungeon.
But all right, let me I'd have to find it.
Good games.
I'd have to find it. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna probably be let me increase to a 50 per thing. I'm gonna have to go for so long. Hold on. Let me excuse me.
And we're scrolling.
Let me just find the actual video itself. Because I'd have to scroll for a while. Yeah, unboxing Devolver Digital Care package. All right, where is it?
And we're looking.
Diablo 4 confirmations. Okay. Hold on. Nope. Analytics. All right, so let me blow this up. Look at it.
$16K.
Yeah. you were still in the 4 digits. This
Wait,
video,
what did I say?
you said like 3,000 and then 1,500. You were still in the 4 digits.
I was wrong.
Yeah, and like I said, it's still being watched. This video is literally what has my channel in the way that it does. You know what we need to do? We need to have like what I was thinking, because I've seen some people do this, is you know how I've been reacting to songs and shit. We need to do some of this shit live. Like
react to...
Yeah, like react to certain like nerdcore songs like I've been doing. We just need to do it live. Like, why not? I mean, I can't think of it right now, but I'd say another time.
I would react to that Sephiroth video again. I watch it a lot.
Oh yeah? We'd probably for the best way to do it so that both of us are watching it, I'll probably have to like figure out how to do the Discord like watch thing that you can do.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out how to do that, and then eventually we should do that. Just because.
We'll do it. I'm down for it.
Now let me go into my content per se, and I want to look at how long I've been doing this shit. Date added, oldest, 2 years. August 1st, 2018 was the first video I ever put on the channel. I'm up to 377 videos. Like, I swear I just recently breached 300. It's freaking crazy.
It's a wild ride. It's a wild ride.
Definitely a wild ride. Wow. That's crazy. Hell, for a while, I couldn't realize if I had been doing YouTube for 2 years or 3 years.
Well, now we know.
Mm-hmm. Freaking Dizzy 8 and Divide Music just put out Internet City just reacted to it, so they had to have put it out not too long ago. A Gara rap song called Redemption. I might have to take a look at that.
Okay, let's see.
You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and look at it right now. Fuck it. I'm just gonna click on their video right quick so I can find it in the description. If it's in the description, is it in the? No, it's not. All right, I can click on a Dizzy 8.
Yo, what's poppin'?
Yeah, it's Dizzy 8. Yeah. Yeah, a week ago.
I fight them at war.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
In my head, I stand in my tears because I feel what's ahead.
Okay.
I'm lost in my pain. My heart, it aches. I'm in darkness, afraid, but that's okay. I can still be saved.
Oh, that's Divide doing this too. Okay.
It's not
hey.
I can still be saved.
Man, these vocals, bro.
I'm feeling the vibe.
Hell yeah.
All I wanted was somebody. I was all alone. On my own in the dark is cold. I wanna love, but you hated my guts. I was stabbed in the back by the one that I trust. I was saved by your touch, but that's really a bluff. What I thought was a spell was you out of disgust. Nothing is real, everyone fake. Love is absent, so I covered in hate. You built me up just to see if I break. I'm sick of hurting. How much more can I take? That's when I
that's real shit right there, man. Those lyrics are real shit, man. God, just to think that we were watching Naruto before Shippuden even came out. That's crazy.
The crazy thing is like back then too, like when we were growing up, fucking Gaara was like every girl's boyfriend.
Oh, he pretty much still is. And like Shippuden just intensified that. But Gaara, you know he was getting it in because my dude had 3 kids. My dude had 3 kids. He was probably sitting there like, what have I missed out on for so long?
Coming up, they would all run away, but I never wanted to become my truth. It's inside of me, but I stay mad at you. Why would I care what they think of me? I feel it calling inside me. I need to find me. Why would I take a life eagerly, throw up a shell? I'm in hiding. I should be thriving. Do it for the sand, make them understand.
Oh, Fable too? Wait a minute. I'm like, that voice sounds so familiar. Hey, and all I gotta say, Gaara has true character development. Fuck Naruto, Gaara has real character development. This man went from selfish, murdering, not caring about nobody, to protecting a whole damn village with his life.
Rue, I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna have to fight you.
What are you talking about?
I might have to put my hands on you.
What are you talking about?
Don't you be talking about no blasphemy now. I mean, you're right, but you know.
I mean, okay. I'm not saying Naruto.
This ain't the Gaara show. This ain't the Gaara show. This is Naruto.
I know that. Okay.
Pump your brakes.
I know that.
He's a good character, you know.
He is.
He's a good little redhead.
He is.
Well,
he's supposed to be red. He's supposed to be redheaded. But he is the redheaded stepchild.
Hold on, but you know this is Naruto. This is the Golden Boy show.
The person you used to hate, mind you. Don't sit
here. I
said, don't sit here and make it seem like I done fucked up. You hated this motherfucker, and you still do. 15 years of hating this man.
I still.
So how are you gonna sit here and call me wrong?
Because it's the Naruto show, not the Gaara show.
I know that, but we were listening to a Gaara song, okay?
If this was the Gaara show, then it would be Gaara. And I would have liked that. I would have liked that man more than Naruto.
Right?
I would have said Sparta? Anyway. You know what? I'm just gonna say it right now. Naruto is pretty trash. You know what? Every character in that show could whoop Naruto's ass, dead ass. And you know what? If you got a problem with that, you know what? I'm gonna fight you too.
Well, okay, so I'm probably gonna also piss you off again, but you know how it's like. Here's the argument that people have when it comes to Naruto versus Sasuke. People are like, "Oh, Naruto only knows like 2 jutsu." I'm sitting out. Hear me out. When it comes right down to it, Sasuke is still on par with Naruto in regards to the level of jutsu that he knows. Because the Shadow Clone Jutsu is already super fucking powerful. Simply because that you distribute your chakra evenly among all of these clones.
And it's an S rank Hokage level jutsu.
Yeah, that Naruto picked up when he was like 11.
and didn't get killed for it. They didn't slaughter him for it.
But that's the problem though. The whole concept of no one gonna debate Gundam. We might get to Gundam. I don't remember shit about Gundam. I'm not gonna lie.
I love me some Gundam. Double O Gundam, my absolute favorite.
Okay,
Iron Blood Orphans.
Okay, Sparta. You can debate Gundam with Big James. I'll let the crew, Big James. You can debate with Big James. I don't remember shit about Gundam.
Hold on, but we're finished with this now.
Yeah, when we finish with this, okay, so take this into consideration. The concept of a forbidden jutsu is not what we thought it was. It's not it's just something that cannot be used by anybody. It's the concept of, and I had to look this shit up to figure this out. So basically, it is a jutsu that is preferred to not be used for such and such reason. Like, for example, Shadow Clone Jutsu. You lose chakra as you put out clones. Unlike the regular clone jutsu, where that's not the case. These clones are literally physical representations of the ninja. So
yep, we know that.
Yeah, you expend it out and everything like that. It's like the Reaper Death Seal. You know, the jutsu is all powerful, but as soon as that Reaper shows up, you're dead. Like
rest in peace,
yeah, rest in peace, freaking, Sarutobi. Yeah, rest in peace. But it's like, it's crazy how this he couldn't even get the regular clone jutsu down. But it's so stupid how he was able to pick up the Shadow Clone Jutsu at 11 to 12 years old and pop out like 100 of those mofos.
Okay, here's my counter to that.
Okay.
Here's my counter.
Okay.
It's called Naruto. It's about this man. Of course he's gonna fucking do it. Of course. This man is fucking OP. This man literally just hits people. And the craziest thing is, this dude doesn't know how to fucking fight. I hate it. This man should have died on every mission that this man was on. Fucking God, it infuriates me. And also, like literally, Sakura ain't shit.
She's really not.
Give her a better jutsu. Give her a better summary. Give her a better plot device. Give her something. It's fucking crazy.
But that's the thing, though.
How fucking useless she is.
But that's the thing, though. It was basically these three, Team 7 is supposed to be mimicking the Great Sanin. That's all it was. So with Sakura, you didn't have to do much. Okay? You just had to have her train under Tsunade, and that's it. Sparta says, especially against Gaara. We all know that was bogus, but let me tell you something, Sparta. Go ahead.
I'm watching Naruto right now. Literally, on Netflix. Go watch it.
Okay.
Literally, Sakura is just there to be like, "Oh, Sasuke, I'm wet for you. I'm the only one that's supposed to be on your dick. None of these other Kanoichi has this fat pussy like I do.
Oh my God.
I will spread this forbidden jutsu all over your nuts.
Do not get me banned.
I'm sorry, but literally, that's it. And
she had brains.
It's crazy.
She had brains, but that was it, bro. That was it.
Brains ain't gonna do. Brains ain't gonna do you shit.
I know that. I know
especially if she ain't gonna use them or anything like that. If she has brains, she could be pulling genjutsu at a young age or something. Or I don't know, fucking a jutsu that suits her.
There is none.
The little thing that was popping in her head, her inner thoughts and shit.
That was
metaphysics or something.
That was just a plot thing. She literally, and you know what's really fucked up? That shit was so random, they never even touched up on it. They never explained anything about it. She literally has, two different soul. Like Ino said it best when she did the mind transfer jutsu. It's like you have like two different people in you. They never touched up on that. Sakura from the beginning literally has dual personality disorder, and they never touched up on it. They never said shit about it. And even
because you know what, she is a replaceable fucking character. Ino is bae for life. She's thick as fucking buttermilk pancakes.
Well, hold up a second. Sparta says we're not gonna say Anko is thicker than mucus, or is it him? No, Anko can get it. Okay. Anko
could get it, but she got fat in Boruto, so I ain't touching it.
Well, I mean, the reason why is because she retired, okay? I mean, she relaxed. It happened. She's still beautiful because all women, no matter the size, are beautiful. So we're just gonna... Oh yeah, it's fine.
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
she's one of those. What do the kids call them? The BBWs. Big beautiful women.
Yeah, big beautiful women. Gotta love them. It's literally right up our alley. I tell
big
you
booty
what.
Women.
Yeah. Freaking granddad, big
booty. Boo! I love them. But literally, like, you know, like watching this. Like it's crazy because like Naruto again, and you know he's main character,
right,
and everything. So of course he's gonna like
so much
special,
plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor, special treatments, and whatever, and everything. But like you know Sasuke with the whole like. You know, I'm gonna avenge my clan. You know, I'm gonna destroy a certain somebody, and you're like, okay, yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, you can get behind that.
But Sakura is just like
the fangirl.
I'm just boy crazy.
Yeah, it's just the fangirl. Even Kakashi called her out on it too.
Yeah, and it's
Kakashi called her out on it too.
Because as you said, like she's smart and everything. She's book smart. She knows like all of the like the rules and like all this stuff. But like, she has no jutsu and she has like no other talent than that. Like Ino, she at least has like a clan, a clan jutsu.
She comes from a legendary clan. We're talking Ino Shikacho. She's on the business. But you know what I just realized? Okay, so from Naruto, episode 1, enter Naruto Uzumaki, all the way until the official last episode of Naruto, where she opted to become Tsunade's apprentice. She used the clone jutsu in the fight with Ino. What other jutsu did she use throughout the whole damn show?
No other jutsu.
I did not notice that until now.
Substitution, but like that's it. Like she maybe used clone jutsu like once,
okay,
and then like a substitution, and like nothing else.
I guess it's safe to assume we should just go over all the different fights, like the main fights, because I don't fucking remember the majority of them. So the first one was with Zabuza. Right? That was like the first main fight in the Mist Village.
Well, I mean, we can even go before that, and like the two hidden Mist assassins that were like right in front of like the village.
Yeah, because Sasuke used the Demon Wind Shuriken for the first time, right?
No, that was Zabuza, but you know, whatever. It was literally like, you know, it was a pop out of nowhere, and like, didn't
Naruto get poisoned? Like he had that's what I'm talking about.
He got like scratched.
Yeah.
And, okay,
but she didn't do anything. Sasuke did fight. Naruto tried, and he got like clawed against his hand.
Naruto did not try. That man hit the ground and pissed his pants.
And of course, you know, Kakashi just kind of popped up, stood there, and somehow caught them because we know Kakashi's a badass. They didn't do anything. protecting the bridge builder. Literally, Sakura just stood there while Naruto and Sasuke did all the work.
That's all she does in the fucking show.
She just
stood there.
And then just cried over Sasuke's body whenever he was supposedly dead.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I literally saw like the tuning exams when they're in the forest of death.
Yeah.
Literally when Sasuke is fighting Orochimaru, Sakura is just standing there. Fucking Naruto is hanging by a fucking kunai knife on a fucking tree while Sasuke is fighting for his life to like defend like all of them, and fucking Sakura's just standing there like, oh my god, Sasuke, nigga, fucking Naruto is hanging on a fucking tree by a fucking kunai knife.
And
fucking
then
get your boy, get your teammate.
And you know what I just realized? Sakura had the balls to call Sasuke a coward. Because when the Nine-Tailed Fox kicked on and he started to fight the snake that the cloaked Orochimaru summoned, and she's like, at least he's trying. At least he's no coward. We didn't take into consideration she's just standing there.
If I was Sasuke, I'd slap the shit out of her.
Yeah, and then Sparta's like, Naruto was the only kid out of the series that knew the summoning jutsu. And I didn't notice that. Like, no other kid knows the summoning jutsu.
Well, again, like I said, special treatment.
Yeah, because you got to take into consideration, Sparta, the summoning jutsu. It's like Jiraiya said, he had to expend, at the time when he first summoned Chief Toad, he had to expend all of his natural chakra because the summoning jutsu would come from the Nine-Tailed Fox's chakra. So that's why, because he had more potent chakra. Kakashi even said, he's got more chakra than me. No shit, because half of it ain't even his. Half of it's not even his.
It's crazy too. After that arc, him fighting Neji. Also, Neji should have fucking won that fight against Naruto. I'm just gonna say that clearly.
No, hold on, Sparta. Let me tell you something. When that fight first aired, when it first aired, me and Big James were in my room at my old house. This was Daddy had passed away already, but Mama was still here, right?
Right.
Okay, I just needed to make sure. Sometimes it's a little blurry. But we watched that whole fight. Then we rewound the fight because we had
damn near 10 times.
Yeah, we rewatched it quite a bit, and then we got a pen and a pad, and we wrote down how many times Naruto was hit in that whole fight compared to how many times Neji was hit in the whole fight. Neji was hit one time. One time.
Bullshit.
One time. He took the 64 palms and everything, and Naruto got one shot and won. Big James was pissed.
I'm still mad to this day. I'm fucking salty about it.
He was so mad. That last time was his death. Wait, whose last time? What?
I guess in Shippuden, if I'm reading Sparta right, Neji sacrificing himself for Hinata.
That was fucking tragic, bro. I remember seeing that. Neji, yeah. God, that was tragic.
He really didn't have to go out like that.
He really didn't. And the fucked up part is it had to show us, it was because of his blind spot. It had to show us that. It didn't have to. He jumped up, turned around, outstretched his arm, and then it zoomed on that one spot. And I'm like, God dang it. You didn't have to show us this because it wouldn't have mattered. It literally did not matter. Because if he just did it, it wouldn't have mattered.
I would like to say that
Freaking
Naruto and Naruto Shippuden have the Kingdom Hearts syndrome of blocking an attack with their whole body instead of like a weapon of some kind.
Better write notes on how Ash was trash. You talking about Pokemon or something different?
Ash Ketchum, man. You know what? You know what?
In Pokemon.
You know what? Oh my god. Ash Ketchum. All right. All right. You know what? Yeah. You know what? We can do this. We can do this. Ash Ketchum in the first season was, you know, it was pretty rough. I'll admit. You know, a lot of those gym battles were flukes and
bro, from minute one, okay,
mysteries from God himself, or you know, Arceus. You know,
I'd say shit was bad from the get-go, because how the fuck, it's like Brock, okay? Brock, the whole match, Brock had it, okay? But we're just gonna sit here and take into consideration that we have a whole sprinkler system in our gym. That's not the part that pissed me off. The part that pissed me off is when it rained and then all of a sudden electric moves worked. From the get-go, it was bullshit.
Type advantage.
He got held because of Darkrai, Latios, and Latias. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, the Latios and Latias movie was lit.
I think he's talking about the one the Sinnoh League. Was the Sinnoh? I think it was the Sinnoh League where he went up against a guy that had a fucking Darkrai and a Latios. Yeah, the tournament. Yeah, that tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, the tournament. The tournament. I think the name. I think the dude's name was like Tobias or something.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was whenever he had the Grovyle, no, the Sceptile, Pikachu, Torkoal, and like the dude. I think his name was like Tobias or something like that. But like he had a Darkrai and a Latios. And like the Darkrai literally wiped out his entire team except for Heracross.
Heracross was my shit back in Gen 2. He was my shit.
he wiped him out with that Darkrai, and then he had the Sceptile and Pikachu left. And he sends out a Latios, and I'm just like, what else does he have? Because like, I think that's unfair from the beginning. Like, you got legendary Pokemon.
It was really interesting how that generation showed that people are capable of catching legendaries. Because then there was that one that Battle Frontier dude that had all three of the Reggies. He had Registeel, Regice, and Regirock. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Paul, like, and I like Paul.
Yeah,
Paul was the best rival.
Yeah, Paul really was. Because of the fact that Gary, no hate on Gary. Gary's the OG, okay?
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, Gary was cocky.
Gary had bitches though.
Yeah, he did have a whole cheerleading squad. He not gonna lie, he had a whole cheerleading squad. But Paul knew what the fuck he was doing. Okay, he literally caught 3 Pidgeys and released 2 of them because the third one was stronger than the other ones. He had the system down. The system down. And granted, did it make him an asshole? Yeah, it made him an asshole.
Really,
but at the end of the day, if you know what the fuck you're doing, it's all business, baby. It's all business.
He was really fucked up with Chimchar. That hurt my feelings a little bit with Chimchar.
He was, not gonna lie. He was a dick. He was. That Chimchar deserved better. He put setups with it. Yeah, he did. Like, he had a whole freaking like, what was it called? The dragon formation with his Flygon and his Absol. I'm like, good God.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I love Pokemon. I love
I do.
Pokemon Shield,
Bro, we grew
Pokemon
up with the
Platinum,
shit.
Pokemon Emerald.
1994, bro. Or is it 94 or 98? I think it was 94.
Whatever it is, I love Pokemon, man.
Hell yeah, man.
To this day, like if
now
like
that
I woke up, if I woke up with like in an anime world, I would rather it be like Pokemon.
Bro, you've been saying that for a decade. I know you do. Now that I think about it, you got Shield, didn't you? For the Switch? How far are you?
I beat it.
Oh, you already beat it?
Yeah.
What's your Pokemon's level at?
Which ones?
Your main party. What's your highest level?
98.
Damn. I do need to do a little bit of catching up because I think my highest is like around 80 something. We're just gonna have to just get our team to 100 and then just fucking duke it out.
my team is I have a team for you and I have a team for Savage.
Oh my God! Oh hey, look, drink.
I'm
you are
the
that dedicated? Jesus.
I'm ready. I told y'all when I got the game, when I got the Switch, and when I got that game.
Yeah, you called us
coming
both
for
out.
both of y'all. I'm coming for you.
The last little bit of it.
You can't stop me.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if you still beat me. You did. Like you always have. It would not surprise me if you did.
I can't believe I 6-0'd you with a fucking Swampert.
You had a level 100 Swampert. No, you didn't. No, you did, and then Red did in the game because it was in that little secret base. We found each other in the little secret base, and it was like Red with our Pokemon, and you're like, oh, I beat you, no problem. I was like, you're fucking Swampert. Mine's maxed out and hyper trained. I can set you up with Toxic Spike, Steel Spike, and Stone Edge.
This man knows what he's doing.
Hell yeah, he does. Right. Hell yeah, he does. Hell, it's got to be you, me, Sparta, and Savage. We just need to have a 2-on-2.
Sparta, let me see that. What's the Switch called? The friend code.
Yeah, the friend code. Do I have your friend code, Sparta? I swear I don't remember if I've. It's probably the alcohol talking. I don't think I've seen your friend code yet. I can't put it in now because I don't have the Switch right now. But having financial freaking issues. But if you want to boost, I can tell you with Encore.
I know that move. I know what he's talking about.
Oh, I kind of don't. What's he talking about?
Support moves.
Okay, that's right.
Right, and wipe your stats out with Haze. This man's spitting right now. All right, Sparta, I see you. I see you, Sparta.
Sparta knows what he's talking about. Sparta knows what he's doing. Sparta is an undiscovered badass. He really is. Like, only the squad knows what kind of badass Sparta is.
So
the squad.
So here's the thing. So I've been catching up with talks with Nintendo and stuff, and I've been poking my ear into certain conversations here and there.
You've been digging your fingers up in there.
So there was some talk about a potential what was it? Platinum, Pearl, and
Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
Yeah, like a remake of it.
What? No, I tell you what.
But also a Pokemon Silver and Gold on the Switch.
We've already had reboots of Silver and Gold. What we need,
but now they're going to come to the Switch apparently.
But what we need though is another game like Coliseum and Pokemon XD. That's what we need. That is what we need. Remember Mirror B, Peon, in Pokemon Coliseum? Disco dude with the red and what? That's what we need.
My man.
I would say it would be amazing to have a Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD reboot. Better graphics. You can bring the whole game the way that you had it. Give us that. Because that took Pokemon to a whole different level. It did. Because it was literally the equivalent of what a Pokemon RPG was. It was.
I loved it.
It was. I loved both of them. We both. Like, I remember you coming over to the house, bro, and we played Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD. Just going through the whole daggum story. Excuse me.
Loved it.
Hell yeah, man. It was
I
great.
think, what was Celebi's main Pokemon? Ludicolo?
Mm-hmm.
Busting the moves, the Ludicolo.
That motherfucker had five Ludicolos.
That man was jigging.
5 Ludicolos and 1 Sudowoodo. And I remember it plain as day. 5 Ludicolos, 1 Sudowoodo, and the Sudowoodo was a shadow Pokemon. I remember that. The Sudowoodo was the shadow Pokemon.
I'll add you later, Sparta.
Yeah, I'll add you as soon as I get the opportunity. I wish there was a fucking app to where you could do this shit. But the Nintendo Switch Online app doesn't work like that.
No, that's crazy.
It's freaking dumb. That's what it is. Sorry, Nintendo, but it's dumb.
Oh my god, you better apologize, Nintendo. He does not know what he's talking about. Don't come after me.
I already apologize. Don't you come after me. Don't you try to back out of this. You've had your own shit to say.
I like Pokemon.
I like Pokemon too. We both grew up with the shit. We were like 3 to 4 years old when we first find it.
Don't come after me, Nintendo. I like y'all. I don't know what this heathenish man is talking about.
Leave it to you to just leave me hanging.
hey, the Nintendo ain't coming after me. They ain't busting down my door.
They ain't gonna come after me either. I done already apologized, so I'm good.
Apologize. I need you to hear it. I need to hear it.
I'm sorry, Nintendo.
Thank you.
I already did it. What are you talking about?
I'm just you never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful out here. It's there's still a couple more days of 2020.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Fucking Nintendo might just come out and bust your door down.
Shit.
Never know.
Never freaking know, man. Have you gotten killed by a bulky Vaporeon? I don't think so. It's been ages since I lost a match. A lot of people were complaining about how Sword and Shield were too linear or too easy per se. Like I know the guy that mixes the music I do. He has either Sword or Shield, one of the two. But even he was like, it's either too easy or it's too linear, something like that. I don't remember what he said. But
I like the story of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I like it. It's very like it'll just kind of send you down like a road.
It'll send you down a whole rabbit hole, because then you're like, you go through the whole daggum story, and then there are these two dudes. One of them has this funky ass looking shield haircut. The other one has this funky ass looking sword haircut. And we're like, oh, we're royalty. It should be us that have the credit. And then it's like, what are you doing here?
That's endgame.
Yeah. How do you not know that?
I know. I'm just saying. Spoilers.
Okay, my bad. You said you beat it. I'm just.
I mean, I know I have, but maybe like when other people watch this stuff,
All
they
right.
don't know.
Okay. True that. Some broken moves were removed because it's too OP. Who the fuck teaches a Blaziken drain punch? I mean, whatever works, bro. The same people that teach an Entei Solar Beam. That's all I'm saying.
Blaziken is literally
Blaziken,
S tier.
yeah, Blaziken is the shit. Like Blaziken is quite possibly the only Pokemon that can know Blaze Kick, unless I'm wrong. What other Pokemon can know Blaze Kick? I don't think any other one can.
I mean, I think it's just because in the name. I think the name is just royalty to him.
Yeah, I mean, there are Pokemon out there. It's like that have moves that are tied to them, like in the show. Like apparently, like with Blaze or with Blaine, Ninetales' strongest move was Fire Spin. But did that ever reflect in the show or in the game? Or was that just a show? Hitmonlee, that does not surprise me. Hitmonlee being able to learn Blaze Kick, that does not surprise me. That he's the kicking dude of the whole daggum game. Sceptile knows Dragon Pulse, that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, I think with a lot of the later gen Pokemon, especially with like when they introduced dual typings, they did like a lot of they've given a lot of Pokemon a lot more reach with their with their move sets.
Yeah,
and I'm for it.
Especially God, you remember when they first introduced Steel type, and it was Steelix. That was the introduction to Steel type, and then
Steelix
they made Magnemite and Magneton, Steel and Electric.
Scizor.
Well, no, I thought Steelix, like, because there was a gym leader in Gen 2, and she had a Steelix, and that was the the first Pokemon that you ever encountered that was Steel type.
But I think the Scizor was then later, I believe.
It was in the same generation, actually.
Yeah.
Because you had the Metal Coat. The Metal Coat, it was Gen 2. The Metal Coat was introduced in Gen 2, which if you give it to a Scyther and you traded it, I think, it became a Scizor. And then Steelix, I think it was the same thing. You give an Onix a Metal Coat and you trade it and you get a Steelix. I hate Lucario. He's overhyped. Lucario, in regards to Smash, Lucario is one of my favorite characters to use. But
he also had a good movie.
He did have a good movie.
Other than that,
have a decent but then it's like, oh, my aura is just like Sir Aaron's. I'm like, you ain't shit, Ash.
Ash was like apparently like related to like
everybody.
Like everybody. His mom got around.
This man even got like kissed, and you don't know if it was the sister or if it was Latias that did it. We all
know it was Latias.
We all know it was Latias because that's how you could tell who was Latias, because Latias didn't talk when she was in physical form. So this motherfucker got kissed by a whole legendary Pokemon. Plus, on top of that, episode 1, this man sees Ho-Oh. I mean, episode 1, he sees Ho-Oh. And mind you, what's really funny, Ho-Oh never really did show up. Plastered Koala, what's up? It has been ages since I've seen you. Wow. Hey, let me drink to you.
Hey. They brought it back with that storyline in what was it, Hey You Pikachu, or whatever that I Choose You Pikachu,
right?
Or Pokemon I Choose You. Yeah.
Was it that are you talking about the N64 game, or are we talking about something different?
It was a movie.
Okay. Yeah, and he met the gods Arceus and Giratina, Palkia and Dialga. I'm like, yeah, we're just used to Pokemon. There just being 151 of them. But then there were Pokemon gods 5 freaking generations later, and we're like, damn.
Gods, aliens, just
Hell yeah.
everything.
Freaking
Everything
Dialga being a Pokemon god of time, Palkia being a Pokemon god of space, Giratina being a Pokemon god of dimension, and then Arceus, apparently they just was
God.
like, yeah, apparently everybody was just like, hey, what about Mew? And they were just, who? Like, who? Because apparently Mew was supposed to be the OG back then, but they just gave Mew the back burner and was just like, no, we need Arceus, a person who was literally there when society was created. He had all of these plates, which you get all of the plates in the game, even when you can't even get Arceus. So you're just holding on to them like, what the hell are these things for? It's the same thing with freaking Type Zero. What was it in freaking Shield? It was the Pokemon that was kind of the same way. It was like Type 0 or Type 1 or whatever the fuck. And you could give him the plate and it would change his type. I honestly don't. That's probably...
Porygon?
No. It was something else. I've been so busy, but I thought I'd pop and say, good day, hope you're well. I'm good. I downloaded Pokemon Go and was like, what the fuck is this? 600 plus, my brain shattered. Type Null. Thank you.
Yeah, Type Null.
Yeah, Type Null. Literally Arceus, but like diseased. That's literally what it is.
It's a clean Pokemon, though.
Yeah. God. Oh, I would if I had the Switch, I'd so fire it up right now. Like on stream, I'd fire it up right now. But damn, I have to get it out. God, fuck.
Bro, I'll send you mine.
I mean, if you want to sacrifice one for the team, you go ahead. It took you forever to be able to get a Switch, bro. You had to wait so long. Man. Oh, when Switches were like $400, bro. You're like, I can finally get a Switch. $400. God damn it.
$400, $500, $800.
Ash had only one shiny, and it was Noctowl. His Noctowl was shiny? I don't remember that.
Was his Noctowl shiny?
I don't remember. I remember the first shiny that was ever shown, and that's the pink Butterfree. But I don't remember it being and there were a few shinies that were shown across Pokemon, but it was never dictated as it's shiny. There was just something about it. The first one that ever was shiny was the pink Butterfree. Then like generations later, Faulkner, I think. Was it Faulkner? I think he had the shiny a shiny bird Pokemon. And then there was a person that had, this still weirds me to this day, a golden Sudowoodo. Do you remember?
I remember
the golden Sudowoodo? What is a golden Sudowoodo shiny? Noctowl was brown, his was red. Really?
Huh.
Better get back to work. Stay well, Cobber. Hey, stay well.
You have a good one, Koala.
He's all the way across the ocean.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's some shit.
That's why he said stay well, Cobber. I think I don't want to like mispronounce where he's at, but I don't remember where he's at, so I'm just not going to worry about it. We're not going to say
Rock Trotter wanted to smoke.
I mean, it's really crazy. Like what you'd have to dig deep and look and discover just how fucked up Pokemon really is. As a matter of fact, I might go on and look up some crazy Pokédex entries because this shit is fucking terrifying.
Brock's Krogan had like all the sauce, man. Fucking that Krogan like broke that man's back so many times with poison jab.
All right, so we're going to look at 25 well, that's funniest. I'm talking about the darkest Pokédex entries. Pokédex entries that will terrify children. Okay, I'm gonna pull this whole shit up on here. We're finna to get real fucked up. Okay, Shatu. Shatu stands rooted and still in one spot all day long. People believe that this Pokemon does so out of fear of the terrible things it has foreseen in the future. Upon first examination, Shatu doesn't seem quite that bad. It's a standard bird-looking Pokemon, and the ability to see into the future is probably very useful in a game with a turn-based combat system. The more one thinks about Shatu, the more appalling it becomes. Shatu represents an inevitability. The world won't possibly end one day. According to Shatu, it will certainly end, or at least something cataclysmic will happen. It's just a matter of time. The future is not a place for hope, change, or transformation. It's a paralyzingly horrific place with no hope of redemption. The future and world, at least for Shatu, is one filled with misery and despair. Now catch it and have fun on your dog fighting adventure. Yvettal.
So Shatu was 2020.
Effectively, Yvettal is a lot worse. When its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. There's obviously some mythical phoenix inspiration with the legendary Pokemon from Pokemon Y, Yvettal. It's a big red bird, not exactly subtle, yet when a phoenix is reborn, it doesn't take everything out with it in some insane one-sided suicidal pact.
Jesus.
Yvettal is quite simply a serial killer. It's true that it doesn't necessarily need to kill people or sentient beings to revive itself, but it certainly won't spare them. Yvettal is less a Pokemon and more a ticking time bomb. The point of every Pokemon game is to collect the legendary monster found at the end of the story. With Yvettal, it might be best to let them just run free, unless you want your character's destiny to be the supernatural fuel for the winged beast's resurrection. Driftbloom, oh, I'm sure Driftbloom is on the list. Frostglass, you're gonna hate this one, Big James. You're gonna hate this one a lot. The soul of a woman. Lost on a snowy mountain, possessed an icicle, becoming this Pokemon. The food it most relishes is the souls of men.
Man, my dick hurts. Man, what? I think I heard that story before.
The fall of Arceus and Giratina is scariest. Oh, I bet. Like Ghost Pokemon, all Ghost Pokemon have fucked up stories.
I think somebody said like Alistair, the gym leader from Pokemon Sword and Shield, like they said something like he was like a stillborn child and like not many people like see him or like he's like there and like not there.
Oh my god.
Like
that does not surprise me.
Or like he was like some kid that got ran over and like his friends were like the Gengar and the Haunter and the Ghastly.
That doesn't surprise me actually. Like I figured Alistair is like Agatha's grandchild. It makes so much sense.
It makes sense.
Believe or not, the entries will get far worse than Frostglass. However, Frostglass being a vengeful man-eater is the stuff of nightmares. The origins of a Frostglass are truly awful. Frostglasses aren't just the souls of dead women. They're the souls of dead women who died the slow and painful death of freezing and or starving. Frostglass are born in pain, and they spent the rest of their life trying to cause that same misery. The fact that it seems to specifically target men does seem a bit unfair, yet you try turning into an icicle monster and see how reasonable you feel about revenge.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if I freeze, I'm not gonna be like, "Damn it, women!" and not keeping me warm.
That's the fucked up part. You can't even really say that that's what happened. When it comes to the ladies, you can't say that. That's the problem. We don't know what the woman had on their mind when they died. It just happened. It just happened. And then Sliggoo, this shit's fucking weird. It has trouble drawing a line between friends and food. It will calmly try to melt and eat even those it gets along well with.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
sounds like a lot of sounds like some X's.
So you're just sitting there, feeding the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's too hungry. You the meal.
Couldn't be me.
Can you imagine that?
Couldn't be me.
The fact that anything as dopey as Sliggoo could be so menacing is the terrifying dictotomy of the Pokemon franchise in one simple example. Sliggoo looks like a dumb slug, but it's a dumb slug that is so dumb it'll kill you, even if it loves you. Sliggoo is a monster, but it's a monster that doesn't understand its true horrifying depths. There's no reasoning with a Sliggoo because it lacks all reason. Any basic Sliggoo can turn on its trainer if it just gets the slightest bit peckish. It doesn't appear to be an easy digestion process. Sliggoo doesn't just eat its friends alive, it melts them first. Melting is the top 10 worst ways to die.
I believe it.
Ash's mom is on the list, father unknown. That's kind of how it is for like modern day, like anime cartoons way back then. That's kind of how it was.
No, like there was like a theory that like Mr. Mime's the dad.
I did hear about that. I did also hear the theory that the whole entire show, Ash is in a coma.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's like the most common theory. Mimikyu. We already know there's something wrong with this Pokemon.
Hold on before we get to Mimikyu. The Sliggoo evolves into Goodra, and Goodra is a good-ass Pokemon.
Well, I can already tell why. Because it's eaten many a trainer beforehand. They were too weak. Weak.
That's a Paul Pokemon right there. Ash had a Goodra.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually they went to they were actually the runner up for the tournament that year.
Rayquaza takes all air from the earth, killing them slowly. That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me at all. Rayquaza is the king of the skies. He really is. Like, he's the one Pokemon that Emerald dictated if Groudon and Kyogre were to meet, Rayquaza would break the fight up.
So like Rayquaza is like just the older brother is like, hey, stop your shit. Is.
I got a shiny Stuffle. I've actually caught a shiny that freaking
Beware.
Yes. I'm glad you remembered that.
Hey, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon these days.
Yeah, I have a shiny Beware. The only shiny I've got so far, but Mimikyu. Its actual appearance is unknown. A scholar who saw what was under its rag was overwhelmed by terror and died from shock. Died from shock! Upon its reveal before the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon, Mimikyu took the internet by storm. Its hand-drawn, cheap imitation of the face of the franchise Pikachu appealed to everyone's love of the underdog. Mimikyu just wanted to be loved, or so fans thought. The Pokédex entry is a lot less Rudy and a whole lot more Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Excuse me. Mimikyu isn't just ugly. I mean, Mimikyu's not that ugly.
Mimikyu's pretty cute.
Mimikyu, for the art style, Mimikyu's pretty cute. It's so extraordinarily and tremendously, it's not ugly, that it can cause screaming, instantaneous death. Mimikyu's Pikachu impression isn't about being accepted, it's about luring potential victims into its metaphorical web so it can annihilate them. Oh, Dusclops. Oh, you're gonna love this one. Dusclops' body is completely hollow. There is nothing at all inside. It is said that its body is like a black hole. This Pokemon will absorb anything into its body, but nothing will ever come back out.
I believe it.
With Dusclops, the Pokédex is a little bit more complex in its terror. Dusclops taps into the idea of the void, a perfect nothingness. It's not a malicious killer, but that's just because Dusclops is nothing. It's nihilism in motion. Nothing matters to Dusclops because nothing exists to it. It's hollow, empty, and unfeeling. It's the Terminator without Arnold's folksy and unexplained Austrian accent. It's a little bit like Xatu, disturbing, but only for those who can truly understand what it means. Dusclops does have a bit of an edge on Xatu in that it can't just see a paralyzing future, it can also cause one. Gorebeast scares the fuck out of me, dude.
Jesus.
It's a fucking dolphin. But this dolphin is terrifying. Although Gorebeast is the very picture of elegance and beauty while swimming, it is also cruel. When it spots prey, this Pokemon inserts its thin mouth into the prey's body and drains the prey of its body fluids.
What the fuck?
Yes! Yes! How
No.
much? Take into consideration.
No.
Take into consideration, bro. We overlooked all this shit. We overlooked it. We didn't think about it. Not for a second. If we caught the Pokemon, we never did. We just read the shit and was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And that's it.
I don't think I ever caught one.
I'm talking about in general. In general. Because here's the thing. Let me scroll and see if this particular Pokemon that's on my mind is one of them. If it's not, oh, I just saw your favorite. Oh, you're gonna so hate me. Okay, so Haunter, okay? Haunter's tongue is lethal. And
so
well, here's the thing. We're not talking about that lethal. Okay? I don't know, man. We're not talking about putting people to sleep, okay? Hold up now. Now. I guarantee you would not be bragging if it was the kind of tongue that Haunter had. Haunter's now take into consideration, okay? How many times motherfucker, how many times did Misty get licked by Haunter back in the first ever season of Pokemon? Like 5 times? Something like that?
Something like that.
She should have died the first time. That's how lethal Haunter's tongue is. She should have freaking died, bro.
I don't know. I'd like to lick Misty too.
After this, look up Ash's Noctowl. Okay, will do. I will do that. Okay, so Gorebeast having a seashell bra, which I did think was really freaking weird. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
I didn't think it was a bra.
I mean, you just got to pay enough attention. You'll know. But similar to those seen in The Little Mermaid is just the teensy bit distracting. There's no reason for it to exist, but that's fitting. There's also no reason for this glorified eel to be one of the worst things to live in the ocean, fictional or otherwise. The saving grace of Gorbis is that the Pokédex doesn't specify what type of prey it will attack. Gorbis might not be going after everyone who gets waist deep into the ocean tide. The nagging possibility does exist that it could. Gorbis might not drain everything and everyone who wades into the ocean depths, but that it could is more than enough. Freaking Cacturn. Cacturn is fucked up, dude. If a traveler is going through a desert in the thick of night, Cacturn will follow in a ragtag group. The Pokemon are biding their time, waiting for the traveler to tire and become incapable of moving. Think about that, bro. You're in a desert.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost your way.
All right, here's first thing. I've never been in the desert.
I know
never.
That's right. I'm just saying. Picture yourself as the unfortunate soul. You know, poor unfortunate soul. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That is in the desert. You
All
turn around and
Mhm.
you see like 5 of them things just staring at you, just waiting.
You know what? Just say, you know what? Take me now.
How does it feel to get jumped by a black cacturn? You know what I would think? I would think a black cacturn would be a really nice shiny for a cacturn. I'm not gonna lie, unless that already happened. Is a shiny cacturn black, Sparta? I'm just asking. But but yeah.
I think it is.
But the true horror of Cacturn isn't what its Pokedex describes in detail. Like many similar monsters' entries, it's what the description leaves up to the twisted imagination. Of course, Cacturn stalking people like a group of vicious lions doesn't imply kind intentions. It's highly unlikely that Cacturn are waiting for travelers to tire so they can revive them and assist them on their way. The ambiguity presents a number of murderous possibilities, each more shocking than the last. Cacturn exists in a desert, a land barren of life. It might just be because of the Cacturn that the desert is such a wasteland. Oh, it's brown. Okay. Close enough. Litwick. Litwick. While shining a light and pretending to be a guide, it leeches off the life force of any who follow it. Chandelure is worse. If I remember right, Chandelure says it sits outside of hospitals and nursing homes waiting for people to die, fueling its baleful flame.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And Chandelure is the evolution of Litwick. Or it's the final evolution, because does Litwick have 2 or 3 evolutions?
Just 2.
Okay, so Chandelure is the evolution. Okay, so the Pokemon franchise might come with the tagline, gotta catch 'em all, but in reality, the Pokemon appear to be hunting humanity just as much, if not more, than the trainers. It's easy to mock Litwick's design as being a basic candle. Clearly, the effort that the Pokemon Company saved in designing Litwick went into crafting one of the most disturbing descriptions imaginable. In fact, the simple design makes Litwick even scarier. It's meant to unassuming and adorable. This just makes Litwick's job easier. A job which literally consists of eating souls. Before you make fun of Pokemon designs running out of ideas, think about the fact the laziness might just be a ploy to kill you. Oh, so Litwick does have 3 forms.
Does it?
What's the middle form? Because I know it's if it's 3, it's Litwick, something else, and then Chandelure. What's the middle form? Yamask. Yamask. Oh, I feel bad for Yamask. Each of them carries a mask that used to be its face when it was human. Sometimes they look at it and cry. Can you imagine that, bro? Every Yamask is literally a different person.
And James had one.
Lamper. Okay, who did? Or Lampet.
Oh, Lampet.
Yeah, Lampet.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember.
And who you had one?
No, James and Team Rocket.
Oh, you're right. Wow.
And freaking Jesse had a Mimikyu just last season.
Dang. Yamask obviously isn't the first Pokemon on this list that finds its origins in humanity. The line between Pokemon and trainers is far thinner than many gamers likely realize. If Yamask is part of recurring trend for the series, its story is one of the most compelling. It's a little bit more heartbreaking than spine-chilling. There's very little getting around that this strange squiggle of a pocket monster is continually floating around with its own dead face. There's nothing okay about that. Yamask's existence seems to an equal opportunity punishment. It not only has to be constantly reminded of its old life, but anyone, God, the person who wrote this cannot spell, even for my standards, but anyone who faces it must deal head on, literally, with its own mortality. So picture, if you may, Big James, you're in Pokemon. You see a Lampert. You see a human fucking face, bro. A human face. Oh man, Gourgeist. Gourgeist is just as bad. And of course, Gourgeist is a ghost Pokemon. It enwraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey. My God. Taking our love of Pokemon and our love of singing and turning it into some malevolent bullshit. Gourgeist does have a jack-o'-lantern for a body, so the backstory was never going to be pleasant. Gourgeist having killer hair is a twist that M. Night Shyamalan in his prime wouldn't conceivably dream up. The truly terrifying thing about Gourgeist is the intimate way in which it attacks. It's seemingly choking the life out of fellow Pokemon and doing it joyfully. It even sings whilst it devours. There are scant few things that make as horrifying a combination as song and slaughter. There's a reason that so many horror movie trailers include ominous musical overtures, and it's not because it promotes a feeling of calm. Parasect. The bug host is drained of energy by the mushrooms on its back. They appear to do all the thinking. So take this into consideration, Big James. You remember that episode of Pokemon where that one bug lady was trying to get Paris to evolve?
Yeah.
Every time a Paris evolves, the mushroom on its back literally controls the body. Kind of like the Last of Us spore.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm going to read this as soon as I get back from the restroom.
To be continued. So that's Cyberpunk, huh? Crazy stuff. Hitmonchan can be found on Pokemon World Star.
All right, what I miss? Hitmonchan can be found on Pokemon World Star. Yeah, he's probably going to be found on Pokemon World Star, kicking a whole lot of people. World Star!
Hitmonchan's the punching one.
Oh, my bad.
Man, get your Pokemon facts right.
My bad.
I'm about to take that Pokemon card away.
Shit, you ain't taking shit. I spent years earning this shit. You can't take nothing. Okay?
I'm gonna take it away.
Mm-mm. Up yours, bro. All right, anyway. Sony's, and I just said this shit. Sony's The Last of Us is one of the great zombie stories. It takes the well-worn trope and with its enemy clickers and creates a monster that feels real and relatable because it's based on actual science. The Last of Us's zombies are just dead humans being infected by a killer fungus, something that exists in nature. Pokemon, however, did the same thing with one of their monsters years before The Last of Us hit the scene. Parasect looks like a cartoon hermit crab, the pet of many a beach-going kid. It's not a hermit crab, it's a poor soul who is controlled by a foreign and tumorous growth. Parasect does, at least, live in a state of ignorant bliss. It doesn't have to live with the knowledge that's still basically a corpse being controlled by a malicious mushroom. Everybody else does have to face that reality. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, have you ever wondered why Paris has pupils, but Parasect doesn't? That's why. Because Paris is essentially dead. And it's being controlled by the mushroom. I'm about to ruin your whole fucking childhood. And of course, beware. Of course, beware. This Pokemon has the habit of hugging its companions. Many trainers have left this world after their spines were squashed by its hug.
No.
After their spines were squashed. How bad is it when you get bear hugged to death? Oh man. Beware looks like a lovable doofus. I know I am. It has all the motives of a theme park mascot with its wide-eyed expression and oversized lanky limbs. Thankfully, the Pokédex entry acknowledges the universal truth that mascot costumes are terrifying shells representing broken dreams. Shout out to FNAF. Beware is essentially Lenny from Of Mice and Men. It's goofy, slightly dumb, and doesn't know its own strength. It doesn't mean to kill, but it just can't help itself. Spoilers for the 1937 novel, but there's a reason that Lenny had to be euthanized at the end of Mice and Men. Beware wants to help, but its adorable innocence is what makes an unrepentant killing machine. The name isn't just a pun, it's a warning. Pan Am on Cyberpunk is hot. Oh, I've seen a lot of pictures, a lot of shipping of Pan Am.
Hey, hold on 1 sec. I gotta say, T-Bug gets my rocks off. I just gotta say that.
Gengar.
Not my boy Gengar.
It apparently wishes for a traveling companion, since it was once human itself. It tries to create one by taking the lives of other humans. Oh yeah. Uncertainty is never ideal. When that indecisiveness refers to something's willingness to murder, it becomes deeply disturbing. Gengar's entire description is creepy, but the use of and the obscurity it inspires is the worst part. Gengar is one of the series' first ghost Pokemon, and as such, it straddles the line between cute and creepy. There are also many theories that say that Gengar are the ghosts left behind by Clefairies when they die.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Cool. Gengar is one of the series' first ghost Pokemon as such. The Pokédex entry sends it far to the dark side of the equation. It's bad enough that it used to be human. To add on to that, it's searching for companionship in its hellish afterlife is simultaneously heartbreaking and horrifying. It's not clear if we should feel bad for Gengar or run away from its screaming. The one thing that should be obvious, though, is that having a Gengar on your Pokemon team is the definition of playing with fire. Oh, Big James. Oh, I'm sorry.
The crazy thing is, I do have a Gengar on my team.
I'm sorry. Number 6 is Kadabra, bro.
No, Kadabra.
Number 6 is Kadabra.
Wait.
Leading into Alakazam, your favorite.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, boy. A theory exists that this Pokemon was a young boy who couldn't control his psychic powers and ended up transformed into this Pokemon. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta do it to you.
Yeah.
Alakazam has been your favorite since day one. He's been the A1 since day one for you. I'm sorry.
Crazy enough, too, I have an Alakazam on my team.
Nice. There are a couple of things that keeps Kadabra from topping this list. Being someone with uncontrollable psychic powers isn't exactly a standard thing, whether in the real world or the Pokemon universe. The other is that the Pokédex treats this story as a theory, not a fact. Everything else, though, is just plain awful. For starters, Kadabra is a Pokemon with 2 other different stages of evolution. If this entry is true, doesn't that mean that Abras are human babies who couldn't control their powers? You want to know the fucked up part about it? Think about it. When you encounter an Abra in the wild, what does it do? Run away.
Just teleports.
Runs away. Like a scared baby.
I don't like this.
Like a scared baby.
I don't like this anymore.
Then there's the final form of Alakazam, a Pokemon whose brain cells multiply constantly until it dies. Kadabras can only evolve after being traded, meaning they're stuck in a state of perpetual puberty, likely remembering their old lives until someone trades them away and they eventually die. Their whole
puberty? Kadabra had a mustache.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. You got to think about it, okay? When you hit puberty, you start growing hair. You start growing facial hair. So technically, this could be a teenager that was in the middle of that stage, and it still would fit.
Oh, man.
Their whole gimmick of holding spoons seems a lot less cutesy now. Drowsy. If your nose becomes itchy while you are sleeping, it's a sure sign that one of these Pokemon is standing above your pillow and trying to eat your dreams through your nostrils.
You know what? Hey, thank you everybody for coming to the stream.
This is only number 5.
Close this shit down.
I'm not closing shit down. This is only number 5, bro. We got like this one and 4 more. Then it all depends on what else I look up because there are other ones. Mind you, this is only one Pokédex entry. Take into consideration, how many generations have there been? 7?
9, 8.
7, 8? Yeah. Sometimes they're different, but they mean the same thing. Oh yeah, because I saw another one that was like drowsy. It was either drowsy or hypno. It's like it loves to eat dreams, but the dreams of children taste the most sweetest. On some it type shit. It is ironic that drowsy is phonetically the same as drowsy because it inspires the exact opposite of sleep. Drowsy's greatest power isn't any of its moves in battle, it's causing insomnia. After reading its Pokédex entry, Drowsy's crime, as it were, seems harmless. It's just stealing dreams, which aren't exactly essential. It's the story surrounding it that makes it so creepy. Is Drowsy just lying in wait in people's bedroom closets, waiting for them to fall asleep? Does it just magically appear when someone hits REM sleep? Nothing's clear, and every answer is dreadful. And Sparta says, gang, gang, Gengar. Phantump. According to old tales, these Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died while lost in the forest. I'm going to give you a moment to process that.
I don't need time. It's a no for me.
By and large, Pokemon is a portable game series. It can be played anywhere at any time. God forbid anyone plays it on a camping trip or in some other rural wooden area after reading about Phantump. It's obvious at this point that the Pokemon franchise has a not-so-secret obsession with death and or child transformation. Phantump manages to take it several steps further. It's not just the story of Phantump starts off like most creepy campfire tales. It's that discovering it, you have to trap a Phantump, the spirit of a terrified dead child, in a small ball, forcing it to fight. Yes, according to the lore of the series, Pokemon like to fight, but it's hard to imagine Phantump enjoying anything. And then you have Baynet with my girl Iris.
Who's thinking of all this stuff? Who's thinking of this?
I don't know.
Who's doing this?
This shit has been in existence since Gen 1. Because I mean, you remember Cubone? Cubone wears the skull of its dead mother.
That's fine. It's sad. But
think about this though. The majority of these Pokemon are all ghost types. How many creepy Pokedex entries did we just simply overlook?
I don't want to think about it.
I mean,
I don't want to think about it.
Okay, Baynet is a doll that became a Pokemon over it. This is probably going to freak both of us out more than anything, simply because we were very loose with the toys that we had growing up. A doll that became a Pokemon over its grudge from being junked. It seeks the child that disowned it.
I'm just gonna need to lock my door.
Oh, what's that gonna matter? It's a ghost.
If I hide under my covers, it won't get me.
I mean, maybe that's the whole, that's the 90s mentality. Not gonna lie. Any horror fan will know that a doll coming to life is a very bad idea. Shout out to Chuck. A doll coming to life that can hurl projectiles and has the literal power to curse and hex. That's a reason to enter the Pokemon equivalent of the Witness Protection Program. Baynet is a nightmare on every level and every age group. It'll make kids never want to even slightly ignore their toys, lest they try to murder them. Meanwhile, parents will have to deal with an unholy, irrational fear from their kids about ever trashing one of their unused and ratty toys. Worst of all, Bayonet seems to go to the murderous clown school of being creepy. Its eyes are straight sociopathic, but its mouth is a state of perpetual grin.
I don't like that.
Palosand. Okay, so I've never seen this one yet. I've never seen this.
Palestine is from Sun and Moon.
Ah, okay. I never played that one. Buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from those whose vitality it has drained. What?
You know what? I'm just gonna throw away my copy of Moon.
What? So basically, it's a sandcastle that's filled with dead bodies.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Never judge a Pokemon by its appearance. Pasaland. Wait, what? Okay, so this has a lot of typos in it. Palosand is not a funny anthropomorphic sandcastle. It is a terror that makes the beaches of the Alola region a life-sucking hellscape. Anyone who reads the Pokédex knows that the Lucius shores of the franchise's newest region aren't a relaxation destination. They're guerrilla war zone hotspots where the harmless looking sandcastles hide beasts that are as hungry as they are deadly. Palosand makes it impossible to look at another sandcastle, a boring but innocent symbol of childhood, without shivering. The Pokédex entry is a little unclear if the bones that Palosand collected are human or for the bodies of other desiccated Pokemon. Either way, it's a good foundation for a horror movie, not a colorful RPG. And then, as Sparta said, Drifloon. Stories go that it grabs the hands of small children and drags them away to the afterlife. It dislikes heavy children. It dislikes heavy children because we're too damn heavy. So, this is number 1, but it's probably the best one out of all of them because at least we're safe. At least we were safe if we grew up in this universe. But take into consideration, bro, can you imagine? I was big. You were big.
I'm still big.
Colin wasn't. He wasn't. So take into consideration, if all 3 of us were in a Pokemon universe, Colin could have just disappeared.
Jesus.
This monster.
Well, you know what? Better him than me.
Right? A motherfucker thinks he's a political freaking genius. I can't fucking stand his ass now. This monster is proof that it is possible for Pokemon to be horrifying and hilarious at the same time. Drifloon is easily one of the more innocent looking Pokemon. It's a straight up balloon. However, obviously, that's just a facade for it being a literal skinny child murderer. There's so much to unpack, not the least of which is that balloon can literally lift people to the afterlife. The most wonderfully morbid detail, however, is that Drifloon has a strict no fatties policy.
All right. I'm deeply offended. The fuck, Drifloon?
I know, right? Drifloon has no problem killing kitties. It just doesn't want to struggle to do it. There's nothing scarier in Pokemon than a lazy murderer.
The fuck?
A lazy murderer. Oh, no. Oh, shit. All right, can I creep you out anymore? Oh no, let's find out. I'll click on another link.
Let's not.
No, I'm clicking on another link. Fuck it.
What about what about the Rugrats theory?
I did know about that theory too. That theory is horrible.
Oh yeah, first the Noctowl.
Oh yeah. The Noctowl. That's right. Thank you. Let's see. Look up Ash's Noctowl. Okay. Let's put this back up. You know what? No, let me make sure that I find what I'm looking for so nothing pops up that shouldn't. Ash's Noctowl. Okay. Was the 5th Pokemon that Ash caught in the Johto region and his 19th overall. No shit. Noctowl is a shiny Pokemon, and it is also unusually small in size. I had no idea. Holy hell. Damn, Sparta. You coming with the facts. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. I think Sparta would destroy us all in Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. I think he'd destroy us all. Because obviously he knows. I mean, I'd love to see the two of you go at it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna stay away from that, but I'd love to see the two of y'all go at it.
Sparta, any day, anytime. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Garchomp can get caught lacking in Grass Knot. Yeah. Grass Knot is one of those moves that's really good, but it's so rare for you to have a Pokemon that knows it. Dang, I had no idea. Wow, that is so damn cool. But yeah, man, that Rugrats theory, I know all about that theory. To where like it's all in her head.
That's all sad. It's sad.
It's very sad. It's like I'm trying to remember what it was. It's like Tommy was stillborn.
Yeah.
Chucky passed away at birth along with his mom.
And Chaz was like
he had
a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
and
he
everything.
had a whole mental breakdown, and freaking Betty and Howard had a freaking abortion. So she didn't even get to figure out what it was. So she just pictured one. She just pictured two, one of each. It's man, dude. And then, it's also the same thing as the Peter Pan theory, where Peter Pan apparently was like an angel, and the kids that were in Neverland were of kids that died.
Yeah.
Our childhood ruined. Ruined. Dang, dude.
I'm gonna sleep peacefully tonight.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
It really is. What other messed up theories have there been about when it comes to our childhood?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty. Do I want to know about them? Probably not.
I think there should be some that I know of. Let's see. Apparently Cynthia, Angelica's doll, keys in to the theories of the babies not even existing.
Not Cynthia.
Because apparently, I read this one time. Apparently, Angelica's dad, like Angelica's mom, like passed away for some reason, and Angelica.
I thought she was just a workaholic.
Well, she is a workaholic, but at the end of the day, it's like this theory is like she passed away or whatever, and Angelica's dad ended up with like a streetwalker girl, if you know what I'm saying. And her name was Cynthia. That's why Cynthia's doll looked the way that it did. Because it was supposed to represent that woman that was literally just there because her dad was lonely.
My God.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? I haven't heard a theory about that one. Dang, this live stream's getting dark, ain't it?
I don't just talking about Pokemon and now
it really is.
Talking about Naruto and
Pokemon
and now Dark Pokemon.
What's the theory about Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? You might have to explain that one because I remember watching that show. I remember my the favorite episode was whenever he kept calling people a lousy ripoff artist and kicking him in the shin. That's like the only episode I remember. I don't know. Okay, so there maybe you were thinking there might have been one. I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there is. You can take a theory out of anything nowadays. Okay. I'm gonna actually look up like dark theories from old cartoon shows.
I think the Fairly Odd Parents was one of them.
Like what?
I think Timmy's actual parents died when he was young, and his godparents took him in.
Dang.
Or something like that.
Okay, so number 15, SpongeBob died in the first movie. That's not too entertaining. Crazy Steve. Whoa!
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one.
Crazy Steve killed Drake and Josh and kidnapped Megan.
Yeah.
Whoa! Drake and Josh featured a recurring character played by Jerry Trainer named Crazy Steve. He was described as having severe anger issues and was frequently seen having violent outbursts at everyone around him. Not gonna lie, Jerry Trainer is a kick-ass actor. He really was.
He really is.
He really was. He later went on to play Spencer Shea on the show iCarly, the spinoff of Sam and Cat, which features an episode with Crazy Steve in an insane asylum, confirming all three shows take place in a shared universe. This fan theory suggests that Crazy Steve killed Drake and Josh, kidnapped their sister Megan, and took her to Seattle, where he gave them both false names and backstories to hide from the police. Eventually, Steve was completely absorbed by his other personality until Megan/Carly was rescued by her father at the end of iCarly, causing Steve to have a mental break and be hauled off to an asylum. That is crazy. That is so crazy. Okay, so this one is a little strange just from the title. Apparently, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a post-apocalyptic universe, a post-apocalyptic future.
I can see that.
Okay, so
I can see that being a thing.
Avatar: The Last Airbender takes place in a world where humans can bend the elements of that world to their will. Yet there's an odd mix of simplistic lifestyles similar to 1700s Asia and strangely futuristic machinery. Yeah. One fan theory suggests that technology seems oddly advanced in some areas because it's set thousands of years in the future, a post-apocalyptic future of our own planet. Bending was invented when nanite technology allowed people to take control of single elements. The Avatar nanites were an experimental prototype that allowed control over all four elements to save the world. But the Earthbenders caused a massive tectonic plate shift separating the nations. Then the Fire Nation wiped out most of the population. Since the Avatar nanites were never recreated, they seek out a new host each time the current one dies. Thousands of years later, all that's left are legends and machines. SpongeBob 7 Deadly Sins? Really? On the surface, SpongeBob is a pretty innocent show, but what if these wacky, colorful characters represent the darkest depths of the human soul? Each of the 7 most prominent characters represents one of the 7 deadly sins. In Christianity, these 7 cardinal sins are directly responsible for all forms of evil. Patrick, who won an award for doing nothing longer than anyone else, represents sloth. Squidward, who constantly tries to sabotage SpongeBob's fun, is wrath. Mr. Krabs, greed. Plankton, obsessed with stealing away his success, is envy. Gary, who devours food by the metric ton, is gluttony. Sandy, who feels Texas is superior to all, I mean, it is.
It really is.
Is pride. SpongeBob, who has an excessive, unhealthy love for all people, is lust. He even sees Squidward, who despises him, as a close friend. I never would have thought of that. But that shit makes so much sense. Holy hell. Timmy's antidepressants. Really? In the pilot episode of The Fairly Odd Parents, Timmy's fairy godparents arrive on the same night. Vicky, his evil babysitter, comes into his life, essentially saying that they showed up during an intense period of stress and problems in his life. The doom and gloom up in his room is broken instantly when he's prescribed a regimen of antidepressants. Cosmo represents Zoloft, which makes you more giddy and excitable, while Wanda represents Prozac, which tends to make you more analytical and focused. The parallels continue on occasions when Timmy abuses magic, overusing it to the point that he becomes bored and apathetic no matter how much he uses it because he's built up too much of a tolerance. He's also gone through episodes where he has to break his dependence on magic, finding that he can't even perform simple tasks without it. That's creepy.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
My thing is, why didn't Chester have fairy godparents?
Because they do us Southern bumpkins wrong, bro. That's why.
Well, no, that's crazy. Like, if you think about it, Timmy had 2 parents and, a 2-story house. He had like a lot of rooms and shit. He was getting fed. He had a roof over his head. Chester lived in a trailer park, a bad trailer park, that is. Like, his dad was like shamed and wore a bag over his head. He was dirt poor. This man went to school like dirty and shit. Like, come on, man. You give Timmy fairy godparents, man? That's fucked up.
It really is. Oh no, don't play with me like that. Arnold's grandparents are his real parents. Don't do that to me.
Short man.
Oh, do not do that to me. While the truth about Arnold's parents and Hey Arnold may come out soon with the upcoming... You saw that movie, didn't you? The Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie?
Yeah.
Did it explain anything that we've been asking for like 10 years, 15 years prior? Did it clear anything up?
It said like his parents went to like, it was like this island and then they were there and they like helped the people there and then they just kind of like left or they died or something. They were missing after that.
That doesn't explain a whole lot.
But it was really the power of friendship that got them through it all. Mm-hmm. Searching for missing parents and Helga confessing her love for Arnold and that kind of worked. But at the same time, that was kind of a toxic relationship kind of right there because,
very much
Helga, so. One brow chick was she's a bad bitch, but her friend Phoebe, Phoebe could get it, and Phoebe was Gerald's, girl. Gerald, they called me Young Gerald back in the day. I had a high top back in the day. I didn't really have a high top, but, I was usually bald. But
Yeah.
young Gerald over here. But Hey Arnold, it was a very good show. I was more of Harold because I'm a big guy.
Hey,
But
Harold,
you
go
know,
away! It's the pizza man.
bro,
We've laughed about that for years, bro.
it's
Oh,
crazy.
we've
It's
laughed
crazy.
about that shit for fucking years.
I was a Harold, but I had the voice of Mr. Wynn when he was singing country music.
Uh-huh. And I have that voice now.
There you go.
While the truth about No Movie as of now, they're still shrouded in mystery. His grandparents have simply told him that they went missing in the jungle when he was a baby. However, there's some evidence hidden in plain sight that this might all be a lie. Arnold's
I think also like apparently like his parents were DB Cooper.
Oh, it was one of those.
Yeah.
They were just like master thieves and just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Wow. That's different.
I mean, it would explain some stuff. So
It would.
who knows? Who knows? Maybe literally like the parents were literally like in the house right next to Arnold, and he just never knew.
That would be kind of weird though, because it's like, why keep that kind of crap it is dark as hell. Why keep that kind of stuff a secret though? It's like,
Well, I mean,
Arnold's what? Well, he's in the 4th grade. How
Yeah.
old were we when we were in the 4th grade? Like 10?
Yeah, 10, 11.
That would be a little strange. Because
But I mean, like it happens a lot in the black community, and like people of color, and some white, and some in
Yeah.
in the Caucasian, of like their parents couldn't raise them at the time, and then they got themselves better in life, but they stayed close, just living through
Just to
like
watch.
the uncle or the aunt or whatever parental guardian they left them with, and it was just like I was there the entire time, like in fucking a Netflix, Son of Zeus,
I haven't
or
seen it.
Blood of Zeus. There was, I guess this is a spoiler, but the main character, uh, there was an old man that was like with them like the entire time, and it's whatever, taught him how to fish, hunt, and slay some ass. But besides that, at the end of the day, he was like, who was my father? Mom, why has Papa left us and everything? And it was just like, well, she wouldn't say anything because but it's then revealed like that old man was Zeus. He was like,
Dang.
I loved you the entire time, and I wanted to be with you every step of the way, from the young man to the grown adult you are now.
See,
And that show was really good too.
See, because that's bullshit. Because Zeus was a man whore.
He was.
Zeus in reality was a daggum man whore. Like he literally swooped down, became a golden crane just so he can get some ass.
Oh yeah, and it showed in that show.
Like, my God, it's like Arnold's grandparents conceived him at a very old age, which I don't want to think of that shit. I don't want to think about Grandpa getting it. I don't want to think about him.
Grandma was a freak,
right? Which led to Arnold being born with hydrocephalus, a condition which caused an enlarged and oddly shaped head. He's often bullied for having a football head, which combined with his condition caused him to hallucinate a world where everyone has oddly shaped heads, since nobody's head shape is ever mentioned or teased except his. Both grandparents seemed to be moving towards senility, which might be why they felt it was better for Arnold not to know the truth. Okay, so that one is a little bit strange. Not
I
gonna
will.
lie, it's a little
I
bit
will say.
strange.
I will say there's a neighbor of mine that lives close, and throughout the pandemic, people can't go anywhere.
Right?
So like, uh, he he took me to work one day. He was like, me and my wife are expecting, and
Oh, okay.
this man is like in his 70 or 60. He's like 60
Whoa!
something. He's like 60 something.
Whoa!
He's like early or mid 60s, and like his wife is like, I think his wife is like 50s or something, and they're
Whoa!
expecting.
Whoa!
And he was like, "Damn, because of this pandemic, we couldn't keep our hands off of each other. So I
Hey,
mean, it happens.
all I gotta say is old flame, man. Old
No,
flame. Kurt has ties to the mafia. Good Burger? Bro, hold up. Hold up. Good Burger was a movie based on a recurring All That sketch about a dim-witted kid who works at a fast food restaurant. The
why,
movie
why
saw
why are they calling me out?
I
Why are
know,
they calling me
right?
out like
The
this?
movie saw the hip new Mondo Burger open up across the street and threaten to end Good Burger for good. Mondo Burger seemed to have an endless supply of money with a massive full concert grand opening, state of the art burger machines, illegal food additives, and at least two doctors at the local insane asylum on their payroll. How was all this possible? The owner, Kurt Boswell, had ties to the mafia? Aside from the endless cash flow and shady business practices, when Kurt is finally arrested, he shouts to the police, "Do you know who my father is?" We can deduce that Kurt's father is extremely wealthy and has access to huge amounts of illegal chemicals and doctors on hand to silence people who cross him. Bro, I might as well be ruined with that one. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're talking digging way back.
Mm.
Helga is the actual protagonist.
Young
What?
brown girl,
Who was the main character of Hey Arnold? Sure, Arnold's name is literally the title of the show, but
just like Naruto.
yeah, but who says the words Hey Arnold throughout the opening theme song? That's right, Helga Pataki. You'll
Well,
also
at the same time, this girl is like this girl who, keep reading.
okay. You'll also notice that Helga Pataki gets an extended monologue in nearly every episode and far more lines than Arnold ever does. Really? I didn't know that.
What?
I didn't know that.
Well, I
That
guess she does goes on like big monologues.
well, but she has more lines than Arnold. That's nuts, dude. The show even seems to set it up so that you want to root for Helga to succeed more than any other character. I don't know about all that, but what
Again, toxic relationship.
whatever you
Yeah,
say,
I'm just done.
she
Just
has
throw
an
that out there.
she has an unrequited love that she doesn't know how to express, so only sabotages herself and pushes him away further. Her mother and father are both neglectful. They really were. They really were.
Yeah,
Like
like Big
Hel
Bob
yeah,
was
Helga's dad was
Big Bob.
a glorified boss and Helga's mom was an alcoholic. How do you forget that the groceries are on top of your car? She did.
Well, I mean, not nowadays. It's common because nobody's paying attention.
I mean, I have never heard of that shit. It's fine.
I mean,
So, her mother and father are both neglectful of her while doting on her older, prettier sister. Arnold, I mean, freaking, what was the older sister's name? Do you remember?
Olga.
Olga. Olga could get it. Way back in the day. Olga could get it. Just saying.
I was more of a what's her name? God.
Didn't you say Phoebe?
Yeah, I said Phoebe, but what was
Hey Maria! Come over here!
who was Arnold crushing on?
Arnold crushed on Ruth.
Yeah.
Hi
Ruth can
Ruth.
get it.
Hi Ruth. Hi Ruth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting to watch a girl with braces be brought along so cutely because they did. They only showed her braces when she really smiled. And you wouldn't think she had
smile
them.
got me every time. The smile got me every time.
Yeah, it did. Arnold doesn't have anywhere near that level of conflict in his life. He just plays the part of the nice, cool kid who goes on adventures because that's how Helga sees him. Big Pete was schizophrenic. Pete and Pete? I don't remember. Dang, that show is early.
Remember? Yeah, that was Danny Timberelli's like first into Nickelodeon.
It says, remember Pete and Pete. It ran for 3 seasons between 91 and 96 and followed the quirky lives and adventures of 2 redheaded brothers with the same name. However, one fan theory suggests that Big Pete actually had a psychotic breakdown, longing for the free-spirited childhood that he missed out on, and developed a schizophrenic split personality of Little Pete. Oh my god. My freaking childhood. The show also features another zany and implausible character named Artie, the self-proclaimed strongest man in the world and protector of all children, who shows up whenever things get too boring in Big Pete's life and generally seems like the kind of person you would want to keep away from your children. Maybe the reason Little Pete and Artie are such good friends is because they're both hallucinations from the same shattered mind. Damn, dude. Whoa. And then it says Drake and Josh, a show within a show. We've already established that Drake and Josh takes place within the same shared universe as iCarly, Sam and Cat, and by extension Victorious. However, one fan theory takes things to a whole different level of meta, suggesting that Drake and Josh is a reality show within a show. This is why every episode opens up with Drake and Josh speaking directly to the camera like a behind-the-scenes talking head from The Office. There's also an episode of iCarly where Drake and Josh is playing on Carly's TV, and the kids on Victorious refer to it by name as a TV show. So the only way all the shows can take place in the same universe is if Drake and Josh is a TV show within that universe. Okay, that one's not that bad. It's really not, because especially when you take into consideration that iCarly is a net show, it's not that bad. That one's not that bad. I would say when it comes to all the other ones, that one's probably low tier. Lowest on the list. Because that one's not that bad. It's a simple concept. And, it was pretty okay. Oh, Jesus. From Blue's Clues, Steve is a drug addict.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No. There's no way.
The man was just balding.
There's no way.
That's why he had to
There's
leave
no
the show.
way.
He was growing up. He was balding.
There's no
Leave Steve
way.
alone. Don't even read it.
I want to read it because I'm curious.
He was just balding.
He was. But
That's
that
just
was
what a man
but
does.
that was the actor though. That was
He
the
went
actor.
to college.
This is the character. We all know that man
He
was
went
too
to
old to go to
college.
college. I
He
want
was-
to still read it.
He went to college.
He did.
Y'all need to stop.
He did.
Leave Steve
But I'm
alone.
still reading it. Blue's Clues has always had a strange amount of drug rumors constantly surrounding it in one form or another. When? I've never heard of this. When Steve left the show in a time before the internet could easily debunk death hoax, rumors of the actor suffering a drug overdose were rampant. That does not, it happens. It happens.
It never happened.
It does happen.
It does happen, but like for this one, it didn't happen.
I mean, okay, for this, it didn't happen. We're just going to say that. So, although the actor himself has confirmed he's alive and well, it spawned a wildly believed theory that the reason Steve is able to talk to his dog, mailbox, and household appliances is because he's tripping on drugs.
You know what?
No!
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna come up on the stage.
No,
I'm not gonna deny or confirm that maybe I've taken some things in life, but I've never talked to my mailbox or my kitchen appliances.
But the thing is, it's a kid's show, man. It's a baby
here's the thing.
show.
You talk to your dogs. I'm sure you do. I know you talk to your dogs.
Hell yeah, I call Nymeria a bitch all the time.
Drugs or no drugs, you talk to your drug. You talk to your dogs. And I'm sure you talk to your alarm clock. You say, "Oh, fuck my alarm clock. Oh, fuck you, alarm clock. You're waking me up for another day."
I mean, I have when I had an alarm clock.
So it's just a grown man. Just he ain't got no woman. He's a bachelor. He ain't got no woman at the house. He
really didn't.
What all you gotta do?
Literally, the only female on that show was you remember the lady? She was deaf. That was the only lady on the show. She was deaf.
I don't remember.
I remember that. Because, like, when she first popped up on the show, that's when Steve started to do little tidbits of sign language. So, whenever he would be like, thank you for being here with us today at the very end of the show, that's when he started to do the thank you sign language. He did do that. I do remember that. I'm not gonna.
I don't remember.
I'm not gonna read the rest of this shit.
I'll tell you the truth. I don't remember.
I'm gonna skip to the next one because this shit. Daenerys has watched Blue's Clues. I'm not gonna ruin this shit. We're just gonna move on to how Mr. Krabs is a cannibal. That's a lot.
It's because the Krusty Krabs are made of actual crabs and fish and people.
All right, let's find out. Krabby Patty seems like a kind of morbid name for a mystery meat burger created by an actual crab. Excuse me. It becomes even more disturbing when you realize that other than Mr. Krabs, you almost never see another crab in the entirety of the show's run of over 200 episodes. Let me tell you something, bro. You do realize that SpongeBob SquarePants is the only 90s cartoon still aired?
Yeah, because I mean,
it
I'll say this: it's gotten bad since our days.
I'm sure it has. Like ever since I heard that they changed the voice of the My Leg guy, I knew shit was bad.
Not My Leg guy.
Yes, a long time ago.
Not My Leg guy.
A long time ago, his voice is different. Like, it sounds the same, but it's not the same.
I gotta use the restroom. I'll be back.
All right. Dang, this got dark.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. All right. So, what were you saying?
What was I saying about what?
I thought you were saying something like before you left, or was I saying something?
No, I don't know.
All right, I'll just continue reading then. Krabby Patty seems like kind of morbid name for progressives. Realize that the other Mr. Krabs, you almost never see another crab. Oh yeah, we were talking about the my leg guy, but you know we kind of got past that. Where have all the crabs in Bikini Bottom disappeared to, and where is Mr. Krabs finding all the meat for his millions of Krabby Patties? If that alone isn't enough to convince you, consider the fact that every other menu item at the Krusty Krab contains the key ingredient in its name: kelp shake, coral bits, seafoam soda, and of course, Krabby Patty. We always knew that Mr. Krabs was greedy, but who would have guessed that he would cannibalize his own kind just to make a profit? Well, technically, this is just a theory, but we already saw how
Film theory.
we all a game theory. I don't want to like mess up nobody, but we already saw how Mr. Krabs came up with the Krabby Patty, and it just happened. It was meat and a bunch of other shit that just fell into it. So this one, not really one to hold some spookiness. Danny, what? Wait a minute. Danny Phantom is Timmy Turner. Hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Whoa. The Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom may seem like two different shows on the surface until you realize that nearly every character on Danny Phantom looks like an aged up version of someone from the Fairly Odd Parents. Timmy and Danny have the same hair. Okay, I see it now. Same eyebrows. Okay, same blue eyes. In each show, their parents also look and act eerily similar. Sam is just an older Trudy.
Sam can get it though.
No shit.
Sam can get it though.
Because they both have goth-like outfits on. Tucker is just an whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And Chester was Flash.
Paulina is an older Trixie.
Mm-hmm.
The list goes on and on. How did this happen? Timmy's final wish just before turning 13 and losing Cosmo Wanda forever was to be given a more interesting life as a ghost hunting superhero. They don't just make Timmy a superhero, they truly grant him a new life, but letting him keep the people he's closest to. That's crazy!
Yeah.
Whoa, that's something I've never thought of. Damn, dude. Oh, God. Eliza is on drugs.
Yep.
The wild thornberries free Marianne. The Wild Thornberries follows a family as they travel the world to film their father's nature show, but it mostly focused on the youngest daughter, Eliza, who was granted the ability to talk to animals by a magical shaman, freaking Shaman Manyumbo. Freaking an African version of Tito. We already know it.
Okay, brother.
Okay, brother. It seems like a perfectly normal concept for a cartoon, but here's where things get a bit questionable. Nobody else in Eliza's family ever sees any evidence of this power. I mean, of course they don't, because that's the whole concept of the power, is that only she can talk to animals. And actually,
you have to keep it a secret.
Well, and that's the whole thing, because actually that's a lie. Because Debbie did see it. Because there was the episode where Debbie saw Eliza talking to the jackals. And the whole concept was, it's like, you talk to them. You can talk to animals. I'm telling mom and dad. And she ran off. So technically, that's a lie. That one sentence is a lie. And throughout the rest of the show, they never encounter anything overtly magical or supernatural. The only explanation is that Eliza can't really talk to animals. She just received a hallucinogenic drug from the native that makes her think she can. This drug, like acid, just stays in Eliza's system throughout the show and eventually led to an appendix infection and almost killed her in the 3rd season. Did that actually happen? Did she get that sick? I might have to go back and look that up.
I think she did. I think she did.
Whoa. I might have to go look that up, actually. Number 1, Penelope Taint killed Amanda Bynes and stole her identity.
The Maha girl?
Yes!
Jesus.
Well, no, Penelope Taint was the crazed fan. I don't remember. No, the Maha girl was the one chick that had the Amanda Bynes personality, obviously.
Oh,
that had the braces on. Yeah. This was the girl that was trying to find Amanda. The number one fan.
Yeah.
It's like, my name is Penelope Taint. I'm Amanda's number 1 fan, please. Yeah,
Yeah.
that chick.
Yeah.
The Amanda Show featured a character that would probably chill most celebrities to the bone. She's literally a stan, is what she is. She's a stan. The socially inept superfan, Penelope Taint. I've always hated that fucking word. Taint. I've always hated it.
I mean, we all know what it is.
Yeah, made a habit of breaking into the Amanda Show studio to get close to the star she was obsessed with. And she was frequently violent with staff, other actors, and innocent bystanders. She also looked exactly like Amanda Bynes. We know why, but I get it. It's a theory. I get it. What if Penelope didn't look like Amanda at all? Maybe she succeeded in her mission of getting close to Amanda and decided that she loved her so much that she had to kill Amanda and take her place. Her obsession drove her to the point where she realized there was no way to get closer to Amanda than to actually become her. That's why they're never seen together. Amanda isn't playing Penelope. Penelope isn't playing Amanda. With that, I have to go to the bathroom. Good God.
Wasn't there like...
Hold on a second, I'll be back.
Oh. I think there was like... Huh. I think she was like taken away by like a security guard. I think I remember that. And like Amanda came in the next frame. I think that's wild though. Yeah, that's wild. If Amanda Bynes is watching, and I know she is, look up your boy Big James, and I still love you.
So I went to the restroom and I came back with chocolate. Anyway, what were you saying?
I think I want to say like there were many episodes where like she got taken away by like security staff, and like Amanda showed up like literally the next frame in.
Well, it was simply because they couldn't have both of them at the same time because it was impossible.
Yeah,
to
I
shoot
get,
Yeah,
I get that.
it was impossible to shoot it like that.
I know. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like, they weren't at the same time, and that's how theories are. They break down everything, even going so far as to go into the real life stuff, but it still makes sense. It still does.
But also, I would like to reiterate, Amanda Bynes, if you're watching, and I know you are, Big James still loves you, and I would love to take you out for a nice dinner, maybe a movie or something, and I don't know, wherever we go from there, let's let life take, let's let life take the reins,
All right, so I decided to click on another link, and this says,
Jesus Christ.
This one isn't shown. I'm just looking at it. It says 6 uncomfortable cartoon conspiracies from the corners of the internet. The first one is freaking the world of SpongeBob is a product of nuclear testing. The next one is all the Rugrats babies minus Dill are dead. Ash Ketchum has been in a coma through most of the Pokemon. We all know that. Scooby Doo and Mystery Inc. don't age because they're ghosts. That's kind of the same. That kind of ties into the Ash Ketchum theory because it's the same thing. The Owl House is Satanist propaganda. I don't want to read that one.
Fuck is the Owl House?
I have no clue. Disney's The Owl House. No idea. I'm not even gonna bother.
I know.
Ed, and Eddie is set in purgatory.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about all that. Dang. A lot of this shit is fucking dark, bro.
Oh yeah, it's the internet.
Holy shit.
People love that shit.
Oh yeah. There are people just all over the internet just ready and waiting to just do this stuff, man. But the messed up part is how it always makes so much sense. That's the scariest part. The fact that it makes so much sense. Taking something that these random producers, developers, writers, all of that, they just write it. And it comes from God only knows where. And then you got people on the internet that just break it down and somehow are like, these motherfuckers are dead. It's fucking crazy how it works like that, man.
It really is. Like, what was it? Fucking the last or the latest thing of like Digimon.
Oh boy.
Whenever they're apparently, when when you get a Digimon, you're like bonded for life, right?
Yes.
So like when you get like to a certain age, and I think it's like high school or something like that, your connection with your Digimon, it starts to separate
And it
and
starts to
like
dwindle.
Yeah, and they just disappear after a while. The Digimon will remember, but the kids won't.
That's kind of like Fairly Odd Parents, because the Fairly Odd the godparents, they remember their kid,
Yeah.
but the kid will eventually grow too old to believe. And
Well,
as
yeah,
we've
but you got like Jorgen Von Strangle over here, fucking mind wiping people.
but the whole thing is, when it comes to the naturality of Fairly Odd Parents, Jorgen Von Strangle didn't do nothing. It was just the kid. Just, I mean, that probably is a really nice theory, though. After, like, Jorgen Von Strangle, like the Von Strangle family, as we have known, like, we've only ever known Jorgen Von Strangle. But then there was an episode where apparently Cosmo was a Von Strangle. The Von Strangle family are like the toughest fairies in the universe. They're literally like the freaking the Armstrong family of the Fairly Odd Parents. Now, Jorgen Von Strangle, that motherfucker could do a lot. He could wipe memories. He destroyed an entire bridge between the world of the fairies and planet Earth. Who is to say that that the Von Strangle family keeps balance between godparents and their charges by eventually wiping the memories from those kids as they reach a certain age? That's a theory in and of itself, bro. That's a theory in and of itself. And I guarantee you, it's a theory we fucking own, bro.
Mm. Mm.
Who's to say? I mean, think about it. It makes
I'm,
sense.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
I am. I am.
Good God.
I am. It's got my mind hella going, bro. I'm telling you. That's fucking nuts now that I think about it.
Okay, I'll ask you this: what show would you like to come back? If you went to Nickelodeon Studios right now and was like, bring this one show back, what would it be?
Let's see here. Definitely not Ren and Stimpy. We already had our run with that bullshit.
It was for its own time.
Yeah, it was. It would not survive nowadays. It wouldn't. Or rather, the people nowadays, even those who were once 90s kids like us, couldn't handle it. So I would say, let's see. The Wild Thornberries was okay. It was a damn good show.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, if I could bring a show back just for the fuck of it, my mind is telling me are real monsters.
I could go for that.
I don't know why. There were so many shows, but Real Monsters is a show that I could get behind. I know you would say Rocket Power.
I was going to say Rocket Power. I was going to say Rocket Power, or if the powers that be, if they can get these two people together, Keenan and Kel.
Oh yeah.
Because the world needs more Keenan and Kel.
Oh yeah. You realize that back in the 90s, black folk got the most recognition on
Yeah.
television than they do
Yeah.
nowadays. It's fucked
Yeah.
up. I mean,
It's crazy.
Keenan and Kel, the whole show had
Mm-hmm.
not trying to make this shit race related for any future comments that may pop up on this video. I'm talking to all of y'all. Keenan and Kel had 1 to 2 white folk constant through the whole show. The manager of the store and his mom. That was it. You already know those that made Drake and Josh knew what the fuck they were doing. They did.
Yeah.
Because they made sure to make the manager of the show a fucking black woman. They knew. They knew what they were doing.
And for people that say like Drake and Josh is better than Keenan and Kel, you can just fuck the ride. You can fuck the ride off.
No, you can go right on somewhere.
Fuck you. That show was. It was a good show.
I mean,
but
it
like
was.
it was not better than Keenan and Kel. You gotta get out of here.
No, you gotta go on somewhere. It wasn't. It really wasn't. Especially to people like us who saw what Drake and Josh really was. It was just a carbon copy. That's all it was.
It really was. Ooh, Ned's Declassified.
That was a good show.
Ned's Declassified.
That show was educational.
Oh yeah.
That show was hella educational. It really was.
I loved it. It was very nice.
Freaking Coconut Head and the Weasel. Weasel!
Exactly. Rocket Power. I remember the last episode of Rocket Power, they went to New Zealand and
it was
their dad was like hooking up with a lady down there and they just stopped the show after that.
Yeah. But I mean, single dad, as soon as he has the opportunity to, finally hook up, y'all just take it away from him.
It was cancel the show.
Do you remember the show Romeo?
Yeah.
With Lil Romeo?
Yeah.
They made a whole second season out of this man getting hooked up. Romeo's dad.
Master P? Yeah.
Master P. I'm about to say, it carried over into the character because you knew that man was a thug because that man wore a do-rag damn near every episode.
Yeah, you
already knew that man was a gangster.
Yeah.
How else do you think he got the money to be able to adopt? Get the fuck out of here. We all know how he did it. We all know how he did it. It was in the streets.
That man he may or may not have been selling crack. I don't know. I don't know Master P's life.
That man was a G. Any man that wears a do-rag every damn day and makes spicy chili and makes spicy salsa to the point where it chases a whole dude out the house, that man's a gangster. He's a whole G. You know it.
You ain't lying.
Nope.
You ain't lying.
He a whole gangster. God, I still remember 100.
I remember what was that other Freeze! It was that kid.
You're onto something, and I get where you're coming. Is it a show?
It was another show like Romeo, and it was another. I think he was a rapper, like a young rapper, and he would he would say freeze, and he would third dimension, talk to people. He would break the fourth wall and talk to the audience.
Man, I have no idea. And I should know what you're talking about. Do you remember that show that was basically a Hispanic family?
The Brothers Garcia?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! We had true racial equality back then, bro.
Yeah.
True racial equality. Because we had a show based around a whole Hispanic family. And everybody...
Cousin Skeeter, too.
Yeah, Cousin Skeeter was black, though.
Yeah, I know.
Skeeter's the one for real. He knows how to get down, knows how to party, baby. All the girls love his style. That was so crunk. The beginning songs of shows were so crunk back in the day, bro.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
Our childhood. What we need nowadays is what we had in the 90s, bro. No bullshit. There was some racial equality, especially on TV back in the 90s, bro. There was. We need some 90s treatment going into 2021. If we have that, nobody's going to complain about nothing.
I don't know. They might still complain.
I mean, it would not surprise me, but still, that's what we need. I'm telling the Captain 23rd crew to tag me in a message when it's Among Us time, so I can know, because it was supposed to be at 10:30, but Rudy, the head of Captain 23rd crew, I don't know if he's back working or not. Actually, he might be, but I'm just telling him so I can know, so I don't miss nothing.
I feel you.
So I can, if I get imposter, I can try to be a little bit more aggressive.
Let them know. Show what you can do.
I mean, I did get a quadruple kill, though.
You did.
I'm still shocked how I did all that. I really am. Do you remember 100?
Did you see that Among Us is on Switch?
I did see that. I saw you said Nintendo is looking kind of sus.
It is, man. It is. Big Red looking a little sus over there.
Mm-hmm.
That new game. It's like $5. I might grab it.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the one thing about Nintendo. It's like Nintendo probably has the cheapest roster of games across all gaming. Probably.
The craziest thing is, like, I would say like 90% of my games on here are just indie games. I love every last one of them.
Doesn't surprise me. Indie games are good. I mean, hell, FNAF is indie.
Yeah.
It's getting a AAA release, and it's getting a whole movie.
Yeah.
Scott Cawthon done that just goes to show you, Scott Cawthon is the pinnacle of the words never give up. Because that man didn't give up, and the one idea he came up with, boom, took the whole world by swarm. Even with the first game, took the whole world by swarm, and then he's like, oh shit, I need to come up with a whole story now, and this man did it.
And it's a good story, too.
It really is. It's an intricate story, and the coolest thing about it is that it has room for alteration. Because it's just like Matt Pat said, talking about game theory and everything earlier, the fact that it's basically a sort of quote-unquote retcon of the old story and bringing in another story. Multiverse theory, man. It's the best way to go about shit because you have the opportunity to literally flip the switch on everybody and everybody's going to be still so involved. Nobody's going to be like, "Oh, you're deviating from the story." That's how you know when you have a good ass game. When you can change everything and nobody gives a fuck. Freaking awesome, man.
Great fan base too. A lot of people are talented too. A lot of people that are like bringing like new stuff in, talented.
Oh yeah. That's something that I want to end up doing. Like one day I can like with Markiplier and Jacksepticeye bringing in Cloak, stuff like that. That's something I want to do. I want to make it. I want to make. I want to make it on YouTube, and I want to start a whole damn business.
You're on your way. You're on your way. I believe you, man, and I'll be there right there with you.
Shit, I might have you as a fucking business partner. You already know you finna eat too.
Hey,
you already know.
We ain't hungry no more.
We are not hungry no more. But what do you think? What do you think though? What should be? You want to know what's crazy? Despite being a small channels, is it weird for me to have thought ahead?
No, absolutely not. I think it's always great that people, you know, they with ideas of stuff that they want to put out for like future stuff, like the stuff that me, you, and Savage talk about in Discord. Like it's what that's always the thing that drives us to wanting making, you know, that made the Nacho Love Club to begin with, you know, with Apex and everything. And like with that, and I mean, we're gonna come back to that at some point.
Yeah.
You know, whenever, you know, our lives from, you know, 2020 and like just, you know,
we're
life
gonna eventually have the Nacho Love Club podcast.
Yeah, we'll come back and
we're gonna do all that.
Maybe even add like another person, or like, you know, we
might turn this shit into something big, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, we might turn this shit into something big.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like always evolving, always moving forward.
Hell
don't look back on like stuff that you might have thought was, oh damn, you know, this wasn't always good, or, you know, dang man, we could have done that better. No, never think about on that stuff, because literally there are people that'll watch your stuff and be like, damn, that made my day right there. And there have been stuff that you and Savage have said to me, and I was like, damn, that made my day. And like the videos that, you know, I'll watch when I'm at work, and or when I'm like getting ready to go to work, and I'm like, damn, they doing it. And that makes me want to, you know, get this new PC and get everything set up so I can do Twitch, so I can, you know, do stuff with you and Savage, and like learn from y'all and do big things too, and, you know, get up to where y'all are, and sharing the wealth with other people, and expand that into something bigger than us, you know?
Shit, I mean, you are like, it's like I was saying before, it's like you are literally the A1 since day one. You already know you gonna eat, bro. You gonna eat. And that's not the alcohol talking. You gonna eat. You are gonna eat, bro. You are. But back to the idea that I've had thinking ahead. And it's weird, but it's not weird. It's not weird. It kind of it kind of equates to me now. So, one thing that I just recently discovered. So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, but do you remember that all the time, excuse me, I used to walk on the sides of my feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently I have supination of my feet, meaning the outsides of my feet, my feet when I'm standing, they roll
Mm-hmm.
outwards and I walk on the sides of my feet. It's an actual medical thing. Apparently, I have high arches. So that's why for 20 years, bro, I've been walking on the sides of my feet because I've had a legit condition.
Interesting.
What I thought about for the future, for like a future business, a future, self-made company, was shoes for people with high arches. That's what I thought of. And this was even before I found this out. I found this shit out literally 2 days ago. Like, I wet my feet, I stepped on a piece of paper, and I compared it to a website that I saw that was like, if you have feet that look like this, you have flat feet. If you have feet
Mm-hmm.
that look like this, you have low arches. I have high arches. If my arches were any higher, they'd be the highest they could go. I've had high arches my whole life. And I was simply just told, stop walking on the sides of your feet. Growing up with low to middle class parents, that's kind of how it is. Nothing is ever an emergency
Yeah.
until you're literally dying on the floor.
Yeah.
But I figured that out. And I have some insoles coming in the mail from Amazon tomorrow, and I have these little bands that I hope will help me come tomorrow, because I walk on pavement in fucking steel toe boots, bro, for a job. If I don't get a hold of it now, in 10 fucking years, my
Oh
feet
yeah.
are gonna be destroyed.
Oh yeah.
But I thought way back when I would just monologue to myself about what would be cool to do when I reach that pinnacle. Fucking shoes, bro. For people with those kinds of feet that have feet problems, orthopedic shoes is what I thought about before I even noticed or realized or decided to look up that I even had my own foot problem. That's what I thought about.
There you go.
Like shoes that are high tops. We're not talking just regular high tops that just go to just below your ankle. We're talking good high tops. We're talking Jordan level shoes that are comfortable and go high up on your feet to like the middle of your ankle, that support your ankle, that are stylish, that are also comfortable, that have built-in insoles to help with fucking high arches.
You would probably stop rolling your ankles.
That's the point. Because you'd have to go to the doctor or get, insoles anyways. And I don't even know if these insoles are going to help. These insoles are just highly rated to help with what I'm going through. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're just going to buy insoles, why not just buy shoes? Shoes that are stylish, like Jordans, like Adidas, like AND1, but stylish and are bigger sizes. Because when you get right down to it, all these fancy ass shoes, they don't support us big feet people.
I got some big ass feet, man.
I got what size shoe you wear? You wear 14, right?
I wear 14. Yeah, I wear a 14. But like I need like wide shoes though.
I'm about a 13 wide. So our feet aren't that different. we got them Negro feet. But that's what I'm saying. You know, when it comes, it's like taking these and I'm not talking about just shoes. Like I could take it even further than that. Taking these highly fancied freaking clothing in general. We're talking designer clothes. If we want to be freaking for real, we can even get into lingerie for the ladies and making these lingerie not just be Victoria's Secret petite. You got to have a skinny body to be able to fit in these mugs kind of thing. We're talking having our fellow big ladies feel sexy. We're talking about having us big dudes be able to have nice shoes, real nice shoes, despite having big feet. I'm talking about representing people that are of the fluffier persuasion. That's what I thought of. Because nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it.
Or the market for it is like
really low.
You gotta spend like $500
because it doesn't sell. That's the problem. It does not sell. You don't ever see bigger people being advertised. You don't. You don't. Jordan, Adidas, and One, Calvin Klein, Victoria's Secret. You don't see any bigger individuals advertised. You don't. That's what I want to fucking change. Because we're being left the fuck out, bro. That's what I want to fucking change. God willing, I'll have the opportunity to one day.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We gonna make it happen.
That's what I want to do.
Whew. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, that's ultimately what I want, because at the end of the day, it's like no bullshit. You know, for a while, I was going to the gym. I was wanting to try to build muscle and everything. And then I fell into that inevitable pit of not wanting to do it. And I did my damnedest to prevent that state of mind from happening. I did my damnedest. And it just didn't. It's like growing up, and you know this more than anybody, growing up in an athletic family, being the fat kid was pure hell.
Oh yeah, it sucked, man.
It was like, pure hell.
Like the crazy thing is, and like I like a lot of people like will ask me like, you know, my upcoming and like stuff, and I'll say like stuff here and there, but like I won't talk about Michael. I won't.
Right.
And like it's not like he's like the worst guy. And he is. But like
hell, the last time I heard Jerry's voice was the weekend before Jessica got induced with Daenerys. Mind you, Daenerys will be 3 in January.
Whew.
Yeah. Yes. I sent this man a gif of Happy Veterans Day. He didn't say nothing to me.
That's
I
crazy.
said, you remember when I first started getting into music on YouTube and I put Pimpin' is Easy for Me? I sent the link to Darrell, Terrell, and Jerry. Please explain to me why Darrell and Terrell were the only motherfuckers that called me afterwards.
I don't know.
I fucking feel you. Our brothers were garbage. They were pure garbage. But anyway, continue with what you were saying.
Like being a chunkier kid and being also like I was tall and I was also big. So like a lot of Michael's friends thought that like I was like a couple years maybe like younger than him. It's like, no man, he's 8 years older. He's 8 years younger than I am.
Same
like,
here.
They're like, shit, man.
At one point in time, I was bigger than you. And then over the course of one summer, you sprouted up like 4 inches, and then I'm looking up at you.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so, like, people were like, oh, damn, you know, he's kind of big for his age. And it's like, well, I mean, I was skinny as fuck when I was growing up, but, like, I got sick, you know? And I just got, like, I don't know, I got really sick, and all I remember was, like, coming home and just eating. And I don't know. That just made me feel better, and I just kept eating. And like growing up, I was like maybe like 100 pounds heavier than like everybody else. I mean, it's fine now. Like I'm like a decent like 370 at least.
We're roughly the same size. Because I'm
about
about
3
I'm about
370.
I'm about 360 something. But if
Like 370.
if you were to look at us, you can't fucking tell. Because we got all that inlaid muscle underneath there. Like you can look at me, like every single person that I've told over the course of my life, I'm over 300 pounds. Now, mind you, this is people that aren't family. I've told people that aren't family, I'm over 300 pounds. They don't fucking believe me.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up how our family are the ones that are judgmental. We literally grew up with some, I never say this on camera, but we grew up with some grade A niggas, man. We really did. I never say that on camera, but we did. We did.
The craziest thing is like it was only him because he was like ashamed because again like he was the the big football player, the big basketball player,
the athlete,
baseball.
Just like
athlete.
Jerry, the athlete.
And I think he always had something like he always wanted to prove, and like he wanted me to like be like him, but like at the same time, I don't even think he wanted to be like him because I mean he didn't have a lot of friends growing up, except for Jerry maybe. But like at the same time, I don't think Jerry and him hung out that many of times.
I don't think they did either. Like Jerry had his own group of friends. Like Jerry had Dustin, aka Grilled Cheese. Jerry had Justin. He had Mario. He had Timmy. You remember Timmy?
I remember Timmy.
Yeah, he had Timmy. There was like it was basically locker room people between both of them. It was locker room. But were they the same age? Did they come up in the same grade? Or was Michael younger or older than him? I don't remember because we didn't necessarily see them all that much together, but I know they had to have hung out at least a few times. They had to have.
Again, like the only times I remember were them hanging out together were like playing basketball.
Yeah.
Or playing like catch with the football.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Other than that,
freaking light contact football.
Yeah. Other than that, like I don't think they really hung out much. But like and Michael wanted it was like so much for me like to lose weight. I guess because he was like ashamed of me because I was a chunky kid, and I
Why
guess
would?
he couldn't.
But why
He
would
couldn't.
he need to lose weight? That motherfucker was a string bean.
Well, the thing was, is like he was all muscle, and he wanted me to work out. Like
Yeah.
he wanted me to lose weight,
Yeah. But
and I'm like,
but the messed up part is, you notice how they wanted us to lose weight, they wanted us to work out, and yet they didn't even bother to show us how. They just said, do it.
oh yeah, yeah,
It took me so long to realize that coming up, I wasn't taught shit. And let me explain how. Number one, and I'm taking shots at Lila, because have I told you all of the stuff that went on between me and her?
no,
Okay, my mom had life insurance, bro.
mm-hmm.
Never saw a penny of it.
That's crazy.
Because of Lila. She kept it a secret for 7 years.
Dang.
And then when she let it slip, she lied about how it happened. And I got told by Jerry, bro, how it really was supposed to happen. She lied to me, bro. She lied to Jerry too.
That's
yeah. Crazy. Why do you think I left this whole state? That's why. Because that was the final straw, bro.
That's crazy.
And then the messed up part is, according to her, my mom made a promise to her, or she made a promise to my mom to take care of me in the off chance that she passed away when I was still a teenager. And she used that. Coretta, Michelle, her daughter, used that to dig into my wallet when I was working to give money to her. But she was the one that told me I'm making $3,500 a month. I have life down. You don't. So why do you need money from me? Would you believe it if I told you that even she lied to her own daughter because my mom hated her for the 2 years between my dad passing away and her passing away because I was there to see it? Yeah.
That's crazy.
So much crap, dude, went on in our family. So much. That's ultimately why I left.
That's crazy.
That was why I left. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was freaking crazy, bro, the stuff that I found out. And I don't even know the majority of it. According to Jerry, even Brandy knows, his wife, even Brandy knows what skeletons Lila has in her closet.
That's crazy.
That's our freaking blood, dude. That's our blood, man.
Well, I mean, that's more your blood. I mean, I'm in it by marriage.
Oh yeah, you're in it by marriage. Yeah, that's true.
I'm in it by marriage.
That's true.
But yeah, I that's crazy, man. That is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember, because when your dad passed away, like I remember Granny waking me up, or I think I was still up. I think we just heard like the ambulance outside y'all's house, and we're just like, what's going on over there? You're like, oh snap! Like, what's going on? I think I want to say Lila was over there, or I think Lavada and Jimmy were over there.
Over at our house?
Yeah, I know somebody was over there.
I know Colin was over there at one point.
Yeah,
Like, he was over there for like a couple of days. Like, after it had happened, like, I didn't go to school for like a week. I didn't go to
yeah.
school for like a week, and I just spent all my time with him. I was over at his house. He was over at my house. It was just one of those things. And to think, man, Daddy died in 06. It's 2020.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like I was saying, apparently the promise that Lila made to my mother, Mashal was convinced of this promise because Lila told her. So Lila lied to her own daughter because there would have been no way that my mom would have made such a promise because according to Jerry, I had a choice. I could go and live with her, or I could go live with him. If I went and lived with him, I'd have left the state right then and there.
You would have left the country.
No, well, yeah, at the time, yeah, I would have, because Jerry was in Okinawa at the time through the Air Force. So yeah, I would have, but I made the choice to stay here because Mama and Daddy, of course, wanted me to get through school. And I wanted to get through school in the way that they were bringing me up to do so. According to Lila, if my mom did not have life insurance, I'd have never went to live with her. Because she says she needed help taking care of me. When according to Jerry, if there was anything I needed, she was to tell him. He was to provide the money. And she never did.
So where did the money go? Like she can't claim that.
She used
it would be from like.
But here's the thing though. I was a minor. So technically she did have control of that money. It was supposed to sit in a certificate of deposit account and gain interest. And then when I came of age, it would have came to me. But it gained interest, but she just nitpicked at it. I mean, think about it. Lila gave me that blue car, that Nissan, because you and I rode around with it the first day I drove. We went around and we saw the damage from that windstorm, how it uprooted that tree.
Yeah.
How do you think Lila came up with a car out of nowhere? Because she all of a sudden decided to go out and get one?
I don't know, man. I always thought it was from the church because.
No,
I mean, I don't.
She wouldn't have had access to that money. That was Gilbo's money. That was the church's money. That money wouldn't have went to her.
I don't know, man. Like before Gilbert, like there was some shady stuff over there.
I wasn't there. I was there for a bit, but then we went over to Grace Assembly, which I still don't know why, which would explain a lot. But no, whenever Pastor Clark was still there, we eventually left and switched churches. So there was a lot going on that we weren't there for.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. I stopped going. I stopped going after like I don't know. I was like 12.
I could tell you a lot about Uncle Junior though.
I'm sure you could. I don't want to know.
I could tell you a lot about Uncle June.
maybe not live.
Yeah, definitely not live. But I can tell you in a private convo one day.
Okay.
Cause that oh boy. Needless to say, at one point in time, Uncle Junior almost got the black slapped off of him. By me. Needless to say, and I'm gonna leave it at there. I'm gonna leave it at that.
True.
But yeah, it was one of those situations where it was like when the car that I had at the time, from the Nissan all the way to that Chevy Cruze that I had, was held against me in the most manipulative way possible. Like the phone that I had that was on the same plan as Coretta and Lila's. When I was working at TDC, when I was working for the prison as a corrections officer, 10 days after we started training, it was paid training. So we each got a check. Those people that were in prior military started out as E3s. Those of us that weren't prior military started out as E1s. Or is it, it's not E1s, it's like C1s. One of the two. But those of us that were C1s got a $700 check. Those that were C3s got about an $800 check because they came in at a higher pay grade. I got my own phone with that money. Please tell me why, instead of being proud of me, Coretta was pissed off. Pissed off that I got my own phone. Not, oh, you're becoming an adult. You've made your first purchase. Congratulations. Make sure you keep up with it, because if not, these people are going to turn it off. No, she got pissed the fuck off at me. How manipulative do you have to be pissed off whenever you can't hold something over somebody's head anymore?
That's crazy.
It really is.
Damn.
Yeah, man. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this live here because I got some Among Us imposter snitching to do.
Hey.
So I'm gonna record quite a bit, and I'm gonna try to get 1 to 2 episodes of it like I did last time. If I get imposter, hopefully I can get on a roll like I did last time. Big James, as always, I appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
You freaking said it so loud, Discord cut you out.
Oh, well,
you're like, yeah. And I appreciate everybody that came by. Sparta, I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you just sitting here just talking with us. We definitely got to do this more. We definitely have to just sit here and just talk
3 hours.
Yeah, we just got to sit here
hours.
and talk about just random stuff because we seem to do a lot of it. Maybe next time we can draw in a bigger crowd. Maybe we can get some more Nacho Love Club members. Maybe we can get some more Grizzly Knights. We gonna work it. We gonna make it to the top. I'ma eat. Dude. Big James gonna eat because he loves to eat. We all love to eat.
Rude, think about this.
What's that?
Tales from the porch.
Gosh, dude.
Tales from the porch.
We talked about a lot of stuff on that porch.
We did, man.
Oh, we gotta really we could turn that into a whole series. Granted, it wouldn't be for that long because we'd have to really remember, but we damn sure could try.
I mean, we can do old stuff. We can also do new stuff. We can do stuff that
that's
our daily lives.
That's true too. But I tell you what, you need to get a webcam, and I need to find a.
I got a webcam.
We need to find a backdrop of a porch, and just have the porch in the background. And make squares for our camera, and we're just sitting on the porch. That's what we got to go all out if we do something like that. We got to have we got to make it look professional if we're gonna do something like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I appreciate everybody for coming by. I hope you in the VOD that's watching this right now, I hope you learned some stuff. Hope your childhood is not ruined. And never forget to holla at your bear. Peace out.